I'm never in a good state when I'm in these doors. Outside these doors,
How are you not in a good state when you're in
big
these doors?
schlong
What?
energy all the time.
It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. It's a two-man. It's KFC and Nick's.
Nick's, I like it.
KFC and Nick's, let's go.
I think the Knickerbocker. Oh my god, I can't cut all that, dude.
If you're gonna say it, you gotta say it.
Sorry.
The Knickerbockers. The Knickerbackers.
Knickerbockers, yeah,
The
sorry.
Knickerbockers.
Yeah, like what reason we can't do that name. Yeah, we gotta cut that.
Hot start. The Knickerbockers are out there.
Okay, but I was
They
gonna
are
say
proud
it's
and
kind of
loud,
caught on, but it needs to. Which I'm honored that it caught on, kind of.
I mean, it's a great nickname. It's just
Yeah.
when John was like, I don't get what you guys are talking about. I was like, oh no, it's a fine line. It's a fine line there. John's down in Austin still. The summer of Tommy. Maybe we'll extend him like an intern. I don't know. He's out right now, but maybe he'll come back and join the show. So it's just me and Jackie right now. We're gonna run through some topics, and then we have.
I want to warn you. I've not looked at
the internet.
The internet in like a month, so I'll probably.
You're like those people who come up from like a bunker, like you've been living in a bunker for 50 years. You're like, what happened? I was just at the beach drunk for a month.
Well, it's just like my whole feed was just beach house stuff, and then I was like, well, I don't want to see that,
right?
So I just didn't go on social media.
How good did it feel?
It felt great.
Yeah, I saw that video of you on your walk. Looked very serene, very peaceful.
What video of me on my walk?
You just made a video of yourself on a walk, and it was like, this is my favorite time.
Right. Oh my God, the walks at.
Late afternoon
walks were my favorite. The morning walks were my favorite. I'm gonna miss those so much.
You can still go on walks.
What?
You can still go on walks, right? It's not like you have to stop going on walks because you left Jersey. You don't have to miss the walks.
I know, but there's a difference between a beach walk and a 28th Street walk.
Totally agree with that. Both have their own sights and sounds.
28th Street is actually my favorite street in all of the city.
Really?
I don't know why.
You know what's funny? I used to live on 28th as well, and I have 28th and 3rd. I was on the east side, and 28th always has a soft spot in my heart as well.
There's good aura on that.
Oh well, mine was flooded with homeless people and drama, so different,
Yeah.
I lost this blog. I had a blog that I wrote. There was this homeless couple who lived in front of my door.
I think I want to hear more about homeless couples.
Right. What is that about?
Yeah.
It was this guy and girl, older couple, just despicably homeless. Not even the respectful kind of homeless.
Yeah.
They were in your face and drunk and loud, and they would sleep and lay quite literally in front of my door.
Ugh.
The door to get, it's like a little vestibule. You go in one door, then you go in another door, and then I went up the stairs to my apartment, And they just always had a bottle of liquor, and they just made a mess to the point that I was stepping over them,
Yeah.
And she was this old woman. Do you remember? You guys are probably too young to remember the bitter beer face ad. Do you ever remember that? Probably not. It was this ad where this guy drank beer and it was bitter, and like this. She had no teeth, and that's just how she looked. She made the bitter beer face all the time. And I remember being the blog was I'm just getting cucked by this power couple.
Yeah,
they just
power
don't give
couple.
a fuck. This power couple runs 28th and 3rd. This is their corner. This is basically their apartment. There's nothing I can do about it. But yeah, 28th is. I lived on 28th, 89th. 79th. All those have,
Yeah.
I'm those are great streets. Just because I lived on them,
109th, which was crazy.
When did you live at 109th?
That was when I lived with a Turkish woman.
Oh, I forgot about that era.
Yeah. And then
109th and what?
109th and Amsterdam.
So the west side, yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually not.
It wasn't that bad. Everyone
109th on the east side you're getting a little dicey, but the west side you can go pretty far. Columbia's up there and all that shit.
I loved it. There's this one homeless woman on my street right now, and she's the most gruesome. No offense to her, the most gruesome. She has a beard.
You're disgusting and repugnant.
Yeah,
no offense.
Sorry.
No offense.
No offense to her. She drools. She's always peeing.
Oh God.
And it's just every single morning, same thing.
It's a nuanced problem, but you just don't be peeing. You know what I mean?
You can't be peeing.
You know what really
kind of crazy to multiple times walking on someone.
You see someone peeing.
I don't know if it's
how often are you doing that? I catch you multiple times.
Yeah.
There's a girl. Have you seen the girl on maybe 28th? with the baby.
Yeah. Oh.
Like, I've seen it all, and I'm pretty. When I was younger, and I think this happens for everybody, in the beginning, you give out money and you fall for the scams and you feel bad, and then eventually you realize, like, there's just, unfortunately, so many people that if I just give money every time or fall for every scam, like, I can't. Eventually you kind of get a little hardened and honestly just, like, don't care as much anymore. When I see the babies, though, I just, like, what? I can't wrap my mind around being, like, a homeless baby.
Yeah, I know.
Unless, I'm hoping it's a scam. Because then it's like, all right, they just go back to their apartment or wherever. They have something better going on. They're just trying to get a couple bucks, and she's exploiting her kid, which is terrible. But like, the alternative of, like, they actually need it and they're fucked. Like, her sign today said, I need help with formula. Oh, my God. Part of me wants to go get formula and be like, here you go.
Yeah.
Because I know if I give you money, it's going to booze or drugs. But, like, here you go. Here's the formula,
If you're, like, a police officer and you walk by and you see that, are you kind of required to?
I don't know. That's what I mean. It's just a whole other level of homelessness where it's like, and it's not neglect because she can't provide better care unless she can. And if it's a scam, those people should go right to jail. Like, the dogs too. The dogs,
Is it a scam to kind of, like, lie?
It's a good question. Panhandling there's probably some definition legally that you're allowed to do versus what you're not allowed to do.
Yeah.
But
like, if I go and I say, hey guys, like, I don't have a place to sleep tonight, can I get $30 for?
I'm also very surprised by homeless women. I just feel like there's always an option for you before you reach there. It's like if you needed a place to stay tonight, you could get a place to stay tonight.
Yeah.
Once you become a drooling, peeing on the corner woman, probably not. But how do you let it get there before you're like, hey, dude, like, I'll be your girlfriend or whatever. Just find something. You know what I mean? Like, they're not great options, but they're better than being homeless.
Yeah, I would imagine that. I don't know. So many questions.
So we got an interview with Bree coming up at the back half of this interview as well. Bree and Ravi Patel were on the new Special Forces show that's coming out in a couple weeks on Fox. And to be honest, I thought we were going to do it was just like a promo interview. We work with Bree. We're friends with Ravi. They're on the show. They needed to promote it. I was like, yeah, we'll do you a favor and we'll talk about it. And it ended up being like a whole hour interview of like wild stories from them. That Special Forces show has celebrities not even compete, but just train as a Navy SEAL. And the stories they have are fucking crazy. Yeah. As crazy as you think that Navy SEAL training show might be, like multiply it by 10, it's bonkers. And like I'm convinced that Bree is like the most badass person I know.
I know. I think I'm gonna watch it because I'm so curious to see because she says it so nonchalantly too.
Right. Like things that are just like, yeah, I had this for breakfast, she's saying, but they're like incredibly taxing and stressful and like, an insane situation. So interview with them coming up. So we'll run through some topics here and then we'll dive into that. We got some Sydney Sweeney drama. We got the NBA drama with the Clippers and Kawhi. We'll get Jackie's take on that in a minute. And a few other things to get to. Drake and Bobbi Althoff. There's a whole bunch of headlines. I'll start with Sydney Sweeney because she's just like the golden child right now and everything Sydney Sweeney is a big deal. There's a new controversy, supposedly, with Sydney Sweeney. She was in a Jimmy Choo ad as a ballerina.
Okay.
And all the headlines.
Like recently?
Yeah, I think so.
She probably should have chilled out on that.
Well, or now's the time to go hard.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Depends on what you want. And I think this controversy is actually going to highlighting kind of that point right there. She is a ballerina in this ad, and all of the headlines and tweets and whatever on social is saying the left is outraged that Sydney Sweeney is portraying a ballerina because it's disrespectful to ballerinas who, trained and competed, whatever, their whole life to become actual ballerinas. Which, of course, is patently ridiculous. I mean, first of all, she's an actor.
Yeah.
Guess what? She's also not really Tanya Harding. Yeah. She's also not actually, the nun who had a devil baby in her from a movie. Like she portrays fake things, right? This chair squeaks so fucking much. So that's what she does, and that's what people do in ads. Turns out, and what I saw was all of the tweets from the right being like, the left is saying, the left is outraged. Oh. And I was like, I've always, that to me always I'm an internet nerd, right? So I'm very fascinated in how those things start, how trends start, how controversy starts, headlines, fake tweets, fake news, all that stuff. Because there were times, like I remember one time I was watching when Bill Burr did SNL.
Yeah.
And I watched it live, and I went to social right away. And the initial reaction was a bunch of people, I don't know whether it was the left or right, probably the right, because Bill has gone left in recent years, being like, that fucking sucked, that was terrible, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
That was like, 1:30 in the morning. Wake up at a regular hour, and now all of the tweets are people reacting, being like, Bill Burr's hilarious, you guys are fucking wrong, right?
Yeah.
So when I did it on the show, John was like, no one actually said that. That's like, if you look, all of the tweets are saying how funny Bill is. No one was actually saying Bill's not funny. That was like a small sample, and now all the virality and the trending are the people like on the other side, right?
Yeah.
But I had witnessed firsthand. I was like, no, the actual initial reaction was a lot of people saying this is not funny.
Okay.
So like, point being that sometimes it can be real and people are reacting.
Yeah.
And then other times it's like one or two people saying something and the reaction is like, no one actually believes this. You just saw one tweet and now everyone is replying to that, right?
Yeah.
This is a step further. The one tweet that sparked the controversy is not real. The account doesn't exist. So I was like, I thought I was going to do a video on like the actual controversy because I was going to say everything I just said. She's an actor. This is ridiculous. People are politicizing her. So I was like, let me go try to find the actual criticisms and not just the reaction to the criticisms.
Yeah.
And I was able to like track down one tweet and the account just doesn't exist.
Wait.
Not deleted. It's just like you type in her name. It was a graphic that had a picture of Sydney Sweeney and then a box at the bottom was the tweet.
Okay.
So there was no actual original tweet. It was just that graphic.
First of all, good journalism work by you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I am quite the newsman.
Yeah.
But it was at Amanda Catherine Quinn.
And what did the tweet say exactly?
It said, it is particularly dramatic. It said, Sydney Sweeney pretending to be a ballerina in an ad is so disrespectful to all the girls who have spent their lives learning the craft, just for some basic blonde girl to come in and pretend to be one of them. Shameful. Obviously ridiculous. Now the right, and just anybody, the right, left, whoever, people are just like the controversy, the outrage machine is rolling. But it's all stemming from something that never existed. Now, where I think it gets even deeper, and you know what's even funnier? I'm pretty sure at Amanda Catherine Quinn is too long of a Twitter handle. It's a long Twitter handle. I don't know for sure. But so when I first saw that, I said, oh, that's an Instagram account. So I went and searched that, couldn't find it. Then I went back to Twitter. And it's not, when someone deletes their account, you can kind of like still click on it. And then it says like nothing to see here or user doesn't exist. This is just no results. So like totally, literally fabricated, I'm pretty sure at least. And where it gets like, well, I'm like, why would someone do that? The response is now from people on the right saying, well, how do you think women feel when men dress up as them and play sports?
Wait, how do you think women feel when men? Oh my!
So they're making it into like a trans. So it's like, I think it's all a plan. Like they want to continue to like fight the trans war, right, in their minds.
Yeah.
This seemingly like silly, gossipy Hollywood actress tweet. Well, you fabricate that, and then it like gives you this in to be like, oh, are we going to talk about people portraying something that they're not and how it's unfair? So it's like, or it's the other way. Like you can fabricate these things. You can be the victim of it. You can be the culprit of it. You can want to be in the news and want to be a lightning rod, or you can be like, Sydney Sweeney had nothing to do with this, and now she's being politicized, and she's like a victim of a fake tweet. I don't know which way it's coming from. All I know is like, that shit's fake, and it could just be like I'm just a troll fucking around, or it's someone or some account or some party or whatever it may be, a media company, a publicist, who knows, being like, let's put this out there, and then like we turn the conversation this way. Next thing you know, like Sydney Sweeney is embroiled in like a social media trans argument.
Yeah. So is the trans argument like a big...
None of this is like, this is all just social media right now. I could see a world where it trends enough that they're talking about it on Fox News and some, podcasts pick it up and like people with credibility are talking about it, but it's all just not fucking real.
Yeah.
And it's like the anatomy of like a scam, of a hoax. And like, people fall for it like every fucking day. This one is particularly egregious because it seems like it's either A, one single solitary person who talked about it, or even a step further, zero. Oftentimes, there's at least a few people talking about it. If you search it, you can find, 10 people. But when you think about the world, it's like, if you see 10 tweets in a row, you're like, oh, wow, like, big deal. It's like, not really, you know? But it's enough for people to respond to. So now there's one tweet or 5 people or a handful of people saying something and 50,000 replies, on the other direction. And it's like, this is how the internet spirals completely out of control. And unless you are savvy or a nerd like me or take the time to like click around, you just go with it. You're just like, oh yeah, okay, people are mad at Sydney Sweeney again. Oh wow, people are like, I understand the parallel between like trans and cosplaying, whatever it is. And it's like, none of this should have ever happened. Jackie said that if she had a penis, metaphorically, it would be a big dick. So maybe Jackie wouldn't need BlueChew, but the rest of us, anybody could use a little bit of BlueChew. BlueChew is the original OG cheat code for your crotch, giving you stronger, harder, bigger, longer-lasting erections in tablet form that will revolutionize your sex game and change your life. It's like a pep talk and a gym membership for your dick, whether it's a real one or a metaphorical one, whether it's big, small, whatever it is. BlueChew will only help you and make your sex life better, longer lasting, and more enjoyable. It's not just a supplement. It's an erection resurrection where not only will you be able to perform better and enjoy yourself and satisfy your partner more, but the confidence will be there after the fact when the girls are talking about you in the group chat or the guys are talking about you in the group chat and they're saying, how was it? How was he? What was the performance? They'll say A+. And it doesn't matter whether it was all natural or a little help from BlueChew, as long as it gets the job done. There's no more stigma. There's no more embarrassment. Get on the BlueChew train and make sure you're living your best life. Right now, you go to BlueChew.com and discover your options. Read about the medical safety. Find a licensed professional who will go through it with you. They will approve you, and then they send it right to your door. Right now, for my listeners, you get your first month for free when you go to BlueChew.com and use promo code KFC. All you got to do is pay $5 for the shipping, and then you get your first month of better, longer-lasting, more satisfying erections. So become more of a legend with BlueChew.com right now. And use promo code KFC. Head to BlueChew.com for details and safety info. And big thanks to BlueChew for sponsoring the show.
I will say it's like it's smarter than like AI. Like that's a smart scam.
Totally. So, I mean, the people who have who can are thinking a step ahead about how to manipulate and utilize social media. I think the government, CIA, and people are probably doing that. There's instances throughout history of groups like the CIA using pop culture to persuade people. Yeah. Right, like propaganda and stuff. My favorite one is I've talked about it before. There's a series called The Winds of Change. It's a podcast series on Spotify, and it's about how the CIA created a song in the 80s. That basically was right when the Berlin Wall was falling. Yeah. And the song is called Winds of Change. They made it very popular in Germany, in Berlin, I think it was, and the song's about growing and maturing and changing your mind ideologically and all that shit. And it was just a real song, but made for the purpose of persuading Germans into accepting, getting rid of communism. And so if shit like that was happening with just music and I'm sure television, when that's all you had at your disposal, I'm sure when you have the entire internet and social media and millions and billions of tweets and followers and users, I'm sure they are all over that. On it. All over that. And if it's not something as grand as the government, it's publicists and media groups and, hey, if you want clicks and followers, here's how to do it. We'll give you the blueprint. We'll fabricate this story. You reply to it. We'll get these headlines written about you. Damn, that's it's
for some reason, hearing that celebrities, when they get facelifts or work done, they change their hair color. That made me just be oh, there's so much that's probably going on behind the scenes.
Just little things that, we don't even think about.
That's genius.
So it's just that people are oh my God, she's a blonde now, and they're not looking at, she got a new face.
Yeah, it just distracts from, it's obviously I look different. I have dark brown hair now, and then it distracts, and for some reason I was just oh, there's a lot going on.
And that's the simplest thing, and I'm sure it gets so much deeper and complicated. To be honest, the more and more I learn about the internet, I'm it's almost... It's disheartening in a way where it's we were so lucky to be at like the literal infancy of the internet and social media and content that it was pretty pure. It was like pretty merit-based. Who's funny, who's intriguing, like just go, right?
Yeah.
And now like I'm just learning about like, you know, engagement farming and clip clip companies. Like there are people out there spending like hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars just on clips and promotion. And it's like if you're not doing that, you're not gonna be at the top, you know? Like it used to be I could grab a mic and grab my buddy John and we could start a podcast and like it works and you get big enough. And now it's like if you don't have the money, the resources, the planning, the straight up like manipulation, all that, like things like television and Hollywood and those institutions, those like legacy media, I think have been the corruption and manipulation, all that shit is so embedded. Like, you know that agents are sleazy and there's like pay for play and women have to sleep with guys to get to the top. All these things that are just like, yeah, it's just part of that industry. And I think all of that has like come to the internet now where it's like if you're not playing by these rules and you don't have deep pockets and you're not scratching the right backs and all that shit, like there's just a ceiling, you know what I mean?
I think it's scary that like, I mean, like in like troll farms and like whatever, all that, just like, I don't even know like how you would stop it because it just plays into the most like, what's it called? Evolutionary like instinct, or just you just want to like be a part of the crew and you don't want to get exiled from mob mentality. You just don't want to get exiled. So if you see other people jumping on, like you're gonna want to jump on, and like especially people on the internet who they might feel lonely like in their personal lives, like they want to be a part of something. It's just feeding into that, and there's like it's such a powerful tool and it's so embedded in us. It's like it's gonna work every time.
And even like if you see a new influencer, right? You're like, oh, that person's funny. But then you see like 50 accounts all posting clips. You're like, oh my God, they're so popular that fans everywhere are starting accounts and posting this shit. It's like, that's them.
Yeah.
That's a company. That's just, you know, those fan accounts are just, you know, so those things are, and like, it's partially like work smarter, not harder. And like, you know, use all the loopholes and tools at your disposal. But also, if you're not doing that, you better be like a one-of-one talent where you don't have to. You know, I guess you reach a certain point. I think of certain like comics, like the Nikki Glazers of the world, the Shane Gillis of the world. They're like barely on social. You see them here and there.
Yeah.
But they don't really need to utilize all that stuff because they're just fucking monsters and their talent shines through. But if you're like hustling, you got to have like all these accounts, all these platforms, always in the conversation, somebody pulling the strings, because otherwise you're just like one voice in the fucking sea of entertainers and athletes and famous people, rich people. I used to joke, like I remember joking with Whitney Cummings and then everybody who came after that. I was like, stay out of our lane. You're rich already. You have stand-up, you have television, you have all this stuff. Leave like the podcasting money to us. And I was like joking about it at the time. And then now I'm like, holy shit, the actual famous people all like took over the space, you know?
Yeah.
And with that comes a lot more, you know, manipulation and executives who are plotting and planning. And it's like, we'll take your content, we'll take your talent, we're going to blow it up by doing this, 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 and this. And if you're not playing by those rules or doing those things, like, you're fucked. And and that goes, like, for content, that goes times a billion for business, politics. Like, it all is kind of, everything's content now, you know what I mean?
Do you think that there's still an element of, like, cream rises and like
that's
get weeded out?
Like that's what I'm saying. There are still like very talented people who aren't engaging in that bullshit because they're like, I just want to see you when you're in your movie.
Yeah.
Well, to me, the dream is to get big enough and talented enough where a little bit of mystery is like a good thing.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I have to post every day and stay on your feed and stay in the algorithm because I'm not big enough, famous enough, talented enough really to rely upon everybody seeking me out every time I put out a piece of content. I need to push it to them. I got to do more, you know?
Yeah.
When you reach a point where you're like, I know that if I put a ticket on sale, drop a TV show, drop a new video, skit, commercial, whatever it is, like, it'll just go.
Yeah.
Same thing with, like, artists, like musical artists. Like, you know when, like, how many people do you think can do a surprise drop? It's like Taylor, Beyonce, Bieber. It's like the cream of the crop. Otherwise, you got to get on your promotional tour and grind and all that shit. So I think the dream is to reach a level where it's like I don't want to give you too much because that ruins like the allure of me versus I have to be in your face to make you follow me, like me, all that sort of shit. You know?
That's why like I brought up the other day that like movie stars, they get paid like a fraction compared to these internet personalities now. Because it used to be like movie stars, oh, they have all the money in the world, they make so much. But now it's like the Mr. Beasts of the world, like they're making 10x that in like a day. And it's like, well, yeah, but they are like giving up so much of themselves. You have to beg people to like watch your stuff, your personality. Whereas like movie stars, they can be mysterious, they can go off, they can like.
It's a little bit better to be like, because when you see a movie star, she's glamorous or he's like cool, and you see him on a yacht every now and then with paparazzi and shit. When you see them like every day.
Yeah.
If we were to see like Timothy Chalamet like every day,
yeah.
I mean he's pretty fucking awesome, so maybe he's a bad example. But like you just see like, oh yeah, it's kind of like the stars, they're just like us, and it's like yeah, they are just like us. Rather than like, oh my god, you know, men want to be them, women want them, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But there is that like inflection point of like, are you big enough to do that? And how much do you need to put out there? Like Mr. Beast is an interesting one. He's so popular. He probably could like disappear for a while and put out a video and it would still smash. But his content is sort of that like, we got to keep going. We need a new video every month. We need a new thumbnail. He's still like doing that sort of shit where I think if you're really talented, funny, intriguing, whatever, you could just drop a video with like black and white writing on it. Don't worry about the thumbnail, the title, whatever. And I always think about Dave. Dave Portnoy hasn't worried about like a caption or a thumbnail or a graphic in his life. Because people are just going to watch it, you know?
Yeah.
So, to me, that's like, when do you know you're at that point? Or how big do you have to be to get to that point where less is more? Because that's the fucking dream, man.
Yeah.
The like, rat race of trying to keep up in the algorithm and on people's pages and all that is just like, oh, my God. I mean, even, like, when we used to blog, like, I find a story on Monday, start writing, and be like, I'll publish it on, like, Friday.
Yeah.
Like take my time to write it. No one's gonna talk about it. Now it's like you have 5 minutes, let alone 5 days, you know?
Yeah.
Same thing with podcasting. It's like even like when we started, it was 2 podcasts really. Like we had been around for a few years, but then when Churnin bought us, there was 2 podcasts, us and Part of My Take.
Yeah.
Part of My Take were like, we want to do shorter, more frequent episodes. So their initial idea was like, they were like, we're gonna do like a 15-minute podcast and we'll go Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then ours was sort of like, all right, we'll fill in Tuesday, Thursday. It was like a Barstool schedule. And so that just kind of became the schedule, you know?
Yeah.
And now, like, we probably should have done away with that so long ago because, like, the idea of scheduling around Barstool got so big and there's so many people that you can't juggle everyone's schedule. So, but we just got ingrained into this Tuesday, Thursday thing where I'm always thinking, like, something happens over the weekend, we talk about it on a Monday, it comes out on Tuesday, it's just done.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, everyone's already talked about this. Even the Beach House. Like, I have you guys on the show, but they've already seen the clips. They've already seen their own show, whatever it is, you know?
It feels like constant, like, fleeting attention.
Right.
Just like...
And so unless you're going 5 days a week or whatever, you know, constantly, you kind of get lost. But then there's that, again, that inflection point, that fine line of, like, overexposure. You're being annoying. It's too much.
Yeah.
Versus, you know, when is it actually beneficial to pull back a little bit? Mystery. It's very fascinating stuff. But then there's also an element when you realize that, like, there's also this just like people behind the scenes who have no talent, not funny, not interested, who are just like jumping on someone who is, and like, here's how I'll blow you up with my clip farm and my phone. You know, you see these like phone like factories almost, you know, where it's like all these plugs. It looks like a computer mainframe, and it's like this is just getting you clicks and views, and it's like unless you're doing that, you know.
I was thinking like on Beach House. I mean, this is kind of a separate, but like it's incorporated. Just like the most anxiety I felt was almost the mornings when like I didn't do anything the night before. Like I almost felt better when it was like I had the text, whatever, because I was just like, all right, at least I contributed to the
You're in the mix,
I'm in the mix and like whatever. Because like I require so much now to get people's attention. Like you can't just whatever. And like almost like every controversy that happens, now you have somebody's attention. Like even the Sydney Sweeney thing. Like now she's almost like bigger than ever. And it's like, it kind of feels like nowadays, like there's just so much negativity on the internet because the only way to like capture people's attention is through
being in their face, you know,
being like
being in front
some
of them.
kind of controversy, some kind of negative, like whatever.
Right.
And it just like feeds this like toxic. Not that like, you know, and I get why like positive, just like somebody going about their day, doing whatever isn't like, as thrilling as somebody like being thrown into the fire, but it is just like
it's a dirty world.
It's
a grimy game, man. And like, I would love to know. I would love, like, next time we have one of those people in here, I want to ask them, like, was there a moment where you realized, like, I don't have to do this? Because that's got to be so awesome. So freeing to be like, I don't have to, like, live tweet this game. I don't have to post about every single thing. I just know that I'm funny enough that when I do put something out, everyone will come to watch it, even if they haven't heard from me in 6 months.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I do think that, like, I believe that everyone can get to that state, but it's honestly, like, hard to work to get yourself to that confidence.
And also, it's one of those things, I think, like, it's a little self-fulfilling where it's like,
once you do,
if you become that person who posts all the time, then you're that person who posts all the time. So you almost have to operate as if you are that big and establish this is kind of how I roll. And get the people to buy into that. It'll probably take longer and all that shit. Maybe not, you know, there's a little bit of a ceiling on it. But when you get there, it's like, yeah, I'm not the guy who's there in your face all the time, you know?
Yeah. You're like, I'm just
and I can still make my money and, you know. And like, I you know, there was a time where I used to say, like, podcasts should have off seasons. I still believe this, by the way. Like, we should be like, we go from September to June, we take a couple months off, and we start again, you know? I don't know if you could do that now. Like you again, you have to be really good and confident that we're going to leave for 2 months, and everyone who listens to me on their commute or at the gym or whatever their schedule is, I take that away. They're going to fill that in with somebody else.
Yeah.
And if that podcast hits and they're funny, better, or they just don't go, you know, they don't think to like, oh, KFC Radio's back, let me go listen. Like, you've probably lost a bunch of viewers, you know?
Yeah.
But if you are supremely confident that, like, not only are people going to come back, they're going to be, like, excited. They missed it for 2 months. It's the season premiere. It's season 5, season 20, whatever, you know? You know, it's like television. It's like, you know, it's just so habit-based where it's like, okay, when Lost leaves for a season, they know people are going to come back. You know, you can go watch other television shows, but you will come back to this. Podcasts are sort of like, there's so many. There's no schedule. There's no rhyme or reason. So you could get replaced pretty fucking quick.
Yeah.
So now, I don't know. It's probably one of those things where you do need to establish it yourself and act that way and act like, you know, you will come back. Of course you'll come back. You want to hear me. You want to see me. You know, it's kind of what you were saying yesterday about, like,
the aura
that you give off, you know? If your aura online is, I'm desperate for attention, I'm desperate for your follow, like, it kind of comes through, you know?
Yeah.
And I say that as one of those people. Like, I'm not saying I'm above that. I'm, like, doing videos multiple times a day because I want to try to reach everybody. But
you know what's interesting is the Toast actually hasn't posted a new podcast in 3 months, I think.
3 months? No, that's not true, is it?
Well, so they have,
I see their clips all the time and stuff.
Patreon, but and then they will post, like, throwbacks every day.
Interesting.
But and maybe
I know they both are having babies, right?
Yeah,
so maybe that's why. But
I would imagine. I mean, that's a very fair reason to not. Wait, let me just.
But like, that's a podcast that I think can do that.
Yeah, exactly.
They could take off for as long as they want, and when they come back, the Toasters or whatever are going to be there. You know.
Yeah. Okay. I think they just came back today. I'm not.
I was going to say, because I did see a clip of Claudia, like, that looked at least pretty recent, but like. They're a good example. Like, they've really carved out their space in, like, the women sphere, if you will, and can do that.
Yeah, totally.
And, like, but you really probably do have to act like that. Like, you know, if you act like scared, you're probably the type who's gonna lose your audience. You know, it is a little bit self-fulfilling. But man, it's just hard out there. It's just there's so much competition, so much content. It's a hard one to navigate. And then you go back to Sydney Sweeney. I'm like, is this a good thing? I don't know. Like, she definitely has become politicized. Like, people are speculating that she's MAGA because, like, someone in her family had, like, a MAGA themed wedding. I don't know. Maybe she just had to, like, go to her cousin's wedding.
Yeah,
She I guess is a registered Republican. I don't know if that was true or not. I don't even know why people were looking that up.
Didn't Trump say?
What's that?
Didn't Trump tweet that she was?
Well, as soon as they, like, reported that she was a registered Republican, Trump was like, "She's the best. I like her so much more than Taylor Swift." You know.
Yeah.
Maybe they want that. Maybe they were like, you know, it would be great for the career if you got co-signed by Donald Trump. Maybe she is conservative and loves Donald Trump and wants that. But if she doesn't, it's kind of weird that it's like all of a sudden you're being portrayed that way. You know, like, she made that video where she's at a gun range shooting, and everyone's like, she's got to be conservative. it probably, like, those two things go together. But also, you could just go to a gun range and, like, be like, wow, I went with my friends who are MAGA, and it was crazy, but I don't know. It doesn't influence who I vote on. So whatever it is, real or not, like, the way that she is being portrayed in the media by other people is making her politicized. I feel like I would either put an end to that or lean into that.
Yeah.
She's kind of just like, or maybe not. Maybe the best way is just like, let it be. Like, let the right defend me. Let the left argue about me, but no such thing as bad publicity. I feel like I would either come out and be like, yes, I am. No, I'm not. Or like, this is none of your business. Whatever it is. But I guess, I don't know, staying silent just lets it go,
Yeah. I almost feel like it's like, just let them tire themselves out.
Yeah,
and eventually
yeah, and also you're probably like, this is bothering me.
Sorry.
The like, that's another thing where I think, like, how big are you and are you above all this? Like, you don't have to address every single controversy.
Yeah,
you don't have to put out a tweet, put out a statement, just be like, yeah, I don't know, see me in my next movie, see me in my next ad. You know? She is cool that she makes a lot of money. She, like, kind of pimps herself out, and I don't think she gives a fuck. Like, Sydney Sweeney does not need to be doing Dr. Squatch soap.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I guess relatively recently she popped to, like, another level where maybe she'll stop doing that. But, like, she'll do ad. Jimmy Choo is one thing. Dr. Squatch fucking soap. And there was another one she did after that was, like,
what?
Even American Eagle. I was like, that's a big name. But, like, she could be like, I'm not advertising unless it's, like, Cartier or like really, really, like, quality shit.
But I almost feel like for her brand, because, like, her brand is so girl next door that every guy, like, wants that if she puts herself on the level of, like,
like, too unattainable,
then I think it takes away from her brand a little bit.
And she also, like, this was a few years ago, I think it was 23, she did an interview, and the article said that she was like, this is before she really popped. She was like, I really can't afford, like, the Hollywood lifestyle. Like,
yeah.
Like, it's you need to, like, make a lot of money to keep up with that. Of course, this is all relative. I'm not saying Sydney Sweeney was starving, but, like, I don't think she was living in mansions and multiple houses and cars and, jewelry and all that shit. She was kind of like, I need to work to get by.
Yeah.
At least relatively to her lifestyle. And then she mentioned, she was like, while she was on the come up, her family, like, lost their house to foreclosure.
Oh.
Like, they did not, like, they were bad financially. She was like, I think it was ingrained in her, make money while you can,
Yeah.
And so she was like, fuck it, I'm going to do all these ads. And now I would imagine her team is sort of like, let's pull back, we don't need to do all that. Week 1 is almost here. The NFL is almost back, which means we now have touchdowns back in our life. The big touchdown. It's one of the greatest things in American culture is a touchdown. Everybody celebrates it. Everybody puts their hands up. Everybody knows what it means. You can use it in sports terms. You can use it in every walk of life. It's touchdowns. And DraftKings will allow you to bet on touchdowns so that when you get that excitement of someone breaking the plane, crossing the end zone, getting past the goal line, it's not only a touchdown for your team, for your fantasy team, it's a touchdown for your wallet. You can bet on every touchdown. They can all hit big. So don't just watch the game when you can participate in the game. Become a part of it and really celebrate those touchdowns. DraftKings brings unmatched intensity of the NFL straight to your fingertips, right? So you're on your phone. It's like an NFL game within the game right there on your phone in your pocket. Every play is packed with a possibility when you bet with DraftKings. So whether it's the first touchdown or hitting a touchdown prop, you get that thrill, that rush of making money on every touchdown scored. New customers right now, bet just $5 with DraftKings and get $300 in bonus bets. Plus, you can get $200 off on the NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. So, download DraftKings, use the promo code KFC, bet $5, get $300 in bonus bets, and you can get $200 off a NFL Sunday Ticket subscription with YouTube or YouTube TV. So not only will you be able to, you have to pay less money to watch the sport, you can earn more money while you're watching the sport, and the excitement and the thrill is through the roof. So download DraftKings right now. Your season starts now. Use promo code KFC. Once again, $5 to get $300 in bonus bets and $200 off the NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube. Right now in DraftKings, the crown is yours. Kraken. If you're going to trade crypto, do it right and download Kraken. Trying to trade crypto is, up until Kraken, was dangerous, hard, confusing, convoluted. You didn't know where to go, what platform to use, what site to use. Now everybody just knows, go to Kraken. It's simplified. It's easy. You might be a smart investor, but you're still a dummy when it comes to the technology and what to use and how to use it. Kraken simplifies all of that, where you can buy and sell and trade and swap over 300 different crypto coins, all available on the Kraken platform. They have the easiest technology to set up recurring buys so that you can just automate your investments. You don't have to be trading them manually. It's DCA done right. So when prices go up, you buy less. When prices go down, you're buying more, and you can link your bank account in minutes. You can also transfer money amongst friends with Kraken Pay, where there's no fees and no hold up at the bank. So when you split the bill at dinner, when you get a round of drinks, when you pay for somebody's ticket, whatever it may be, whatever next adventure you have, you can send money between each other in your friend group with no lag time and no fees. Also, if you want to refer it to your friends, you can get a bonus of USDG, $200 in USDG when you recommend Kraken to your friends and they sign up. So it's the easiest way to buy, sell, and trade. You can send money between each other without getting hit for fees, and you can get a referral bonus right now, all while you start to stack big crypto profits by using Kraken. So quit waiting. Head over to kraken.com/barstool. Get involved in the Kraken game, get involved in the crypto game, and start making that money today. Not investment advice. Crypto trading involves risk of loss and is offered to U.S. customers, excluding Washington, New York, and Maine, through Payward Interactive Inc.
I would love to know what industry, makes the most for, celebrities to... I can't tell if it's makeup or alcohol or all that.
I mean, alcohol, every celebrity tries to create an alcohol, and they usually all become, a $1 billion entity. Yeah. So that's a big one. I'm sure makeup for the girls. I mean, Rihanna has $1 billion empire.
Yeah.
Hailey Bieber has one. Kylie Jenner has one. Yeah. So that's kind of like the female version. That's a good question.
I feel like we don't see clothing lines as much anymore.
Right.
And I would imagine that there's some kind of you actually don't make that much money.
That used to be supermodels. That was it. Being the Guess jeans girl, the Tommy Hilfiger girl, whatever it is. That was used to be huge. I wonder. Yeah.
I would like to see that come back.
I wonder if those things are that used to be the moneymaker. Now it's not, so no one does it. But then it.
Yeah.
Could be that's why. I mean, American Eagle probably kind of restarted that because that got a lot of attention.
But did Sydney Sweeney? She come out with her own line on it?
No, I'm just saying in terms of how much money an industry can make if if those clothing companies like American Eagle just I think they took a hit, but then they ended up doubling their stock price or something. Let's go do that.
Yeah.
So it's all cyclical. It's all interesting, but it's just the business side of the content world where, again, the same things that movies and TV go through, where it's I make artsy films. I don't make the blockbuster. Yeah. That's kind of what we all were doing early on the internet. These are passion projects. Now it's a machine. It's a business. It's an industry.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of weird, shady shit that goes on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's in every industry, there's always just on the different stuff going on beneath the surface that you never really realize, and that the NBA is about to go through that in a major way after the Pablo Torre from ESPN exposed that Kawhi Leonard, star for the Clippers, had a $28 million deal with a fraudulent tree company so this tree company went into bankruptcy. They were an environmental tech company. It was plant these trees to help the environment and somehow you get money out of it, something like that. Totally fraudulent. They eventually filed for bankruptcy. When they went bankrupt, they had to do all this paperwork, and one of the documents showed all of their liabilities and all their creditors that they owed money to, and on the document was the LA Clippers and then this LLC called KL2, which is Kawhi Leonard, and he wears number 2. KL2 Aspire, and the tree company was called Aspirations. Long story short, they find out that Kawhi Leonard has never done any work for them, never promoted them. It looks like it's an endorsement deal, but there's just no work being done. And he gets $7 million a year, and the contract says as long as you're on the Clippers, you keep getting this money. Everybody is now basically realizing and assuming, understanding that this was the Clippers being here's your contract, and then over here we're going to give you $28 million more. Because in sports, in certain leagues, you can only pay people a certain amount of money. There's what they call a salary cap. So, let's say a team can spend $100 million, and if you go over that, you get taxed and fined and penalties like a motherfucker. So, if you got $100 million, if you go over it, you got to pay double what your salary is, right? So like you have to stay under the cap. And so when you want to sign all the best players, if you already got $100 million on your books, you're like, you can't, But if I can be like, sign here for this much money, and then over here I got you on this deal that's going to make you another 30, super illegal. Like the whole point of the cap is like you can't go over it, and that makes it fair competitively that everyone spends the same amount of money. And this guy is the richest owner in sports, I think, mega bucks, like one of the richest people in the world, and basically got caught doing this. And what's crazy is the guy, Kawhi Leonard, is one of like the quietest, most kind of respectable, like a robot, and it's like, I don't know, on the low, he's getting $30 million extra for this like fake company. Now, this is something that I guarantee every team in the world is doing on some level, whether it's a few extra bucks for this guy or a ton of extra bucks for a star. I'm sure it's like, here's your contract, but also here's this like piece of art worth $20 million. Here's, I don't know why they don't just do a bag of cash, because this is all the red tape that comes with it. But so that's like the big controversy right now.
Is that like in the IRS's eyes?
I don't know about. I mean, if he's paying his taxes on that $28 million, I think you're fine. Like, I don't think the government would care or know. It's definitely a little fraudulent to like have a deal where you're like a spokesman and never speak about them, but I think that's kind of like up to the companies.
Yeah.
It's more of an NBA rule where it's like you should not be able, if I can give you 100, if me and you are going after the same guy, if Steve's a free agent, you're going to offer him 100 million, I'm going to offer him 100 million. But I also say, I'll give you another 30 that no one knows about, and you sign with me instead of you, and you didn't know that and all that. Like, other teams were trying to sign this guy that maybe he was on the Raptors. He won a championship with the Raptors, and then he left. Maybe if he stayed with Toronto, they win another championship.
Yeah.
And they got fucked because someone was giving him $30 million extra dollars. Now, the reality is probably the Raptors were offering their own thing under the table, and it was 25, not 28. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, what's very interesting is it's sort of what should theoretically, in my mind, happen. Like, to me, that's such a gross violation of, like, the integrity of the sport, of how you, like, the rules in place to build a team are here. And if you find these loopholes, it's a completely uneven playing field. I think that should be, like, you have to sell your team. The player is suspended, even banned. For context, the Clippers' previous owner was forced to sell the team because racist comments from him surfaced.
Oh, okay.
And they forced him to sell. That's kind of a bit of controversy, because it's like, should your personal actions, beliefs, shitty behavior like that, like, really impact your business? Like, of course it impacts your business, but can someone force you to give up on your multi-billion-dollar operation? The difference there was all the players hated him because he was saying shit about black people, and all the black players were like, fuck this guy. So when the players are going to, like, basically mutiny, the NBA probably has to step in and be like, we can't have a team that's, like, not going to show up. They're going to, like, boycott. You got to sell, right?
Yeah.
In this case, the players are like, we're cool with the system.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it will force, like, who will force this issue, because the other side of it is this guy, Steve Ballmer, is the richest, most powerful, kind of, like, crazy too, where if you came for him, he would probably burn it all down. He would probably expose everyone else's secrets. He has enough money to litigate it and fight it. So, like, other owners might just be like, we're going to get bullied by the league. This guy could probably cause a huge stink. So I wonder if the NBA is going to be like, let's just make this go away. Like, here's your punishment, but, like, let's just shut the fuck up about this, Whereas I think I personally believe it should be like, you're out of the league. This is, like, a gross violation. But they're kind of in a Mexican standoff. It's like, who blinks first? Like, I will tell all your secrets. I will tie this up in legal shit for years. I will speak out against you and all the other corrupt things going on.
Yeah.
Or you can make this disappear, So it's, in the sports world, I think going to be, what do you think is going to happen?
I feel like since he just built that new stadium for them.
Yeah, that's the other thing. He personally bought and built a $2 billion arena.
Oh, God.
That's like, okay, you're going to take the team away from me, but I still own the building. Yeah. So whatever new owner is going to have to, like, lease this from me or whatever. Yes. I'm sure there's also more that he's just like, he is a great owner otherwise, by the way. He's great for the league. He's great for the fans. So they probably don't want to, like, fuck with their golden goose,
So what are Clippers fans saying right now?
That's a good question. I like just came out this morning. By the way, the guy who broke it, Pablo Torre, is an ESPN guy who has just completely established himself as this like investigative journalist. It's kind of like gossipy. It's weird. It's like it's a little bit salacious. Like he was kind of breaking news about Bill Belichick's girlfriend and like that stuff. So it's like not necessarily like journalism because we're still talking about like sports and girlfriends and shit, but it is like he's starting to really go down that road of like investigating and getting the dirt. He has like these sources. He had someone from the company, the tree company, speak like anonymously about. She was like, I was the one looking at the books, and I was told don't ask any questions about this.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
So he's really done a good job of establishing like that he is the guy to break these stories. I would be like almost scared if I was him. Yeah. That's a guy like Steve Ballmer's gonna have you fucking killed, dude.
Yeah.
But the Clippers fans, I would imagine, like me personally. So the owner of the Mets is another Steve who's got billions of dollars.
Yeah.
And crazy art collection and. There's been some shady stuff with his like hedge funds, and I'm of the school of mind like if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. You know what I mean? Like if especially when everyone else is probably doing it, it's like you got to keep up. You know, just don't get caught. That's the thing. So
it's just like rich people are gonna do shady shit.
Totally.
And
a lot of times it's not even shady. A lot of times it's just like this is a loophole. This is a tax loophole that they're taking advantage of. You're just like dumb or not rich enough to do it. You know. And then there's also like they're just doing. Probably illegal or immoral shit. And if you want to, it's sort of like what I just said about the internet. Like if you want to keep up, these are the things you got to do. Whether it's like, you know, illegal, immoral, or bending rules or whatever. Like, yeah, you don't have to. But also those guys are going to fucking lap you, you know?
So now do you think that there's going to be other, like I would imagine that he would try and pull what other teams, shady stuff that other
That's
teams
what I'm
are
saying.
doing?
So, like, I feel like if the NBA is like, all right, you have to sell your team, he's going to be like, okay, well, then you know who else does? The Knicks, because they're all doing it too. And then it's like, okay, wait a minute. We can't have, like, it's one of those things that, like, as a sports fan, like, I've always thought this shit was happening on some level.
I didn't know it was happening, like, the pro ranks. Obviously, college, it happens all the time. But it's almost college, like, now might be cleaner than the NBA.
Right. At least it's all, like, it's all above board. Now, yeah. I mean, I was of the school of thought, like, for years, Tom Brady was paid lesser than he should have gotten. And a lot of people were like, oh, he's such a good, like, leader. He wants that money to go to other players so the team will be better. And a lot of people were like, he's rich. His wife is so rich that they don't need the money. So he's, like, letting the team, he's giving, like, a team-friendly deal. I'm sure some of that was true. I'm also sure they were like, Tom Brady is an institution with the Patriots. Here's, like, or even little things like, you know, why do you want to be rich as an athlete? To, like, buy a yacht. If your owner's like, you can use my yacht all summer long. Now I have a yacht. That's worth, you know, the $10 million. I didn't put that in my contract. I didn't, you know what I mean? So, like, what are the rules? What are the loopholes? What are the things that are blatantly breaking it? Who else is doing it? I think are all the questions that like are going to be asked. As a fan, I would be mad. Like, don't get caught.
Yeah.
Like, I guess a lot of ways.
How?
Like, you set up these LLCs and these shell corporations and offshore accounts, and that's how these rich people do it. So I'm sure they've figured it out. They're smarter than I am. But I also feel like by creating a company and tying it to this people, when they go bankrupt, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Like, why isn't it not just like a bag of cash every year? I mean, I guess it's hard when you're talking about $30 million.
Yeah.
But you got to figure out ways to like launder the money and transfer the money and all that sort of shit. So
is that a form of money laundering?
Yeah, pretty much. I think, I mean, anything that's like, I mean, art is the big one. A lot of times art is like tax evasion, where it's like you have $100 million that you have to pay taxes on, but if I like buy it, if I use it to buy this thing and invest it and write it off as this way, I don't have to pay taxes on it, you know?
Yeah.
And then I think it becomes a very, as long as everyone in the art world agrees, let's all just like inflate these prices, you know? The artists win because my picture of just a blue square is now worth $50 million.
Yeah.
And the people paying for it are like, that's actually a good thing because I can like hide $50 million, whatever. So all those things are a way to either launder money or evade taxes or just straight up, you know, shift money around. But I think it's happening everywhere. So how badly can you punish one guy if he's going to turn around and say everybody's doing it?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, because then the league has a problem where it's like fans are like, oh wait a minute, none of this there's no integrity in any of this.
Yeah,
you know, like I can't even root for this because it's like, how do I even know my team has a fair shot? You know what I mean?
So you think it's just like blind eye?
Kind of. I mean, baseball went through it with steroids, where it was like. everyone's doing it, but some players aren't. But and it's like, you got to keep. Baseball really ran into a problem in '94. Baseball went on strike. They were arguing over money. And the players were like, we're not showing up. And a whole season went by. They missed a whole season. And a lot of fans were like, I'm never going to watch this again. Like, you guys are arguing over millions of dollars, and you fucked us over, and we don't have our team to watch anymore.
Yeah.
So, like, ratings were way, way, way down. And then a few years later, in 98, everyone was doing steroids, and they were breaking their home run records.
Yeah.
And everybody loved it. It brought everybody back because they were mashing home runs. But it was like one corrupt thing being erased by another corrupt thing in steroids. So there's just always, like, shady shit going on, especially in sports, any like multi-billion-dollar industry. And it's sort of like, don't get caught, don't ask, don't tell. And then when you do get caught, like, what the fuck do we do?
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like almost it's like, if it were to be and again, I know nothing about sports, but like, I feel like when the Patriots had like that run of like winning every single championship, whatever, and then if you realize that they were doing shady shit and you're like, well, now you kind of like made the sport not even interesting and entertaining to anybody. Like, if the Clippers were, I don't know.
It didn't work out for them, but like, if they were dominating.
Yeah.
I think of it more.
Like, this isn't even entertaining to anybody anymore because you corrupted it.
Like, the people, I mean, I do believe that some shady shit was going on with Brady and the Patriots. I'm not going to like discredit their dynasty.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that bad. But if let's say there was, right? Let's say the Patriots were doing some really shady shit, and you're the franchise who like lost to them.
Yeah.
A couple times or whatever. It's like, those should be our championships.
Yeah.
And that changes the trajectory of your whole fucking life if your franchise wins.
Yeah.
And I'm the quarterback who won. Like, you're taking money out of people's pockets. You're changing legacies. It's like
the
butterfly effect is what's that?
It's like a monopoly. But
Yes, exactly like that. So the effects are pretty like wide reaching. That's going to be an interesting one for the NBA to navigate for sure. As a fan, my first reaction was like, I just hope my players, my owners don't get caught. Like, not like, my team would never. It's like, just don't get caught.
You're like, I hope that we're doing that.
Right.
Right?
68. That is the number of millionaires that have been made by JackPocket. It's the number one app in the world for lottery tickets. The only app where you can buy official state lottery tickets right on your phone. All you got to do, where's my phone? Let me show you. All you got to do is open up the app, couple clicks, couple swipes, and you have bought yourself a lottery ticket. Right now, as we speak, I think there's a drawing tonight, so we'll see what happens in the morning. But as we speak right now, Powerball's at $1.3 billion. $1.4 billion, which is so crazy to think that they just went up by $100 million. Usually that used to be just the whole lottery jackpot. Now it's just, tack it on to the $1.3 billion. And meanwhile, Mega Millions is at a paltry $336 million. All of these are available for you to play and win when you download JackPocket. Like I said, the number one lottery app. Make it so easy. I'm actually going to buy my Powerball right now. When I do Powerball, here's what I do. They have the $52 Super Pick, where you get 26 tickets so that every Powerball is covered. So no matter what, you at least know that you have the Powerball covered. You got to get all the other ones, but in the meantime, all right, at least I got the main ball. So boom, I just bought it. It's as simple as that. I got my Powerball tickets. So download JackPocket today, and they're offering $5 in free lottery credits when you use the promo code KFC2. That's KFC2. Get $5 in free lottery credits that you can apply towards Powerball, Mega Millions, state lotteries. If you're in certain states, you can do scratch-offs, whatever you want. $5 in free credits. You could end up winning $1.4 billion for free. Download JackPocket today. Use the promo code KFC2 and opt in to redeem. Fall is almost here, which means it's back to school season, which means the kids are going back to school. Everything on the calendar starts to build up. Work gets serious again. The boss is back from vacation. Football's on the calendar. All the activities are here, which means you need some extra energy and you're going to be on the go. You don't have time to sit down and cook a meal, even eat a full meal, and that's where Huel comes in. Huel, it's fuel, but with an H, Huel, and they have meals in a bottle ready for you to drink and get the nourishment and taste and satisfaction of a whole meal, but in one easy-to-drink bottle. And right now they have their Black Edition powder, which is a complete meal that will make you feel so full and focused and ready to tackle your day. It's less than $3 per meal when you look at the numbers. It's packed with 40 grams of plant-based protein and 27 essential vitamins and minerals for just $3. And there's nothing else in this world you can get a full meal's worth of nutrition and satisfaction for only $3. No added sugar. It's gluten-free. It tastes great. Great flavors like salted caramel. That's my jam. And chocolate. Plus, they got the Black Edition powder right now. Keeps you full for hours, and it's perfect for breakfast or lunch or a post-workout, an in-between snack, whatever you may need. And the best part is they taste good. Like, it's not, doesn't have that weird proteiny taste. It doesn't have, like, clumps of powder in it. It's a smooth, tasty, not too thick, but still satisfying and nourishing meal all in a bottle. Huel has you covered on everything, and they just dropped their first of its kind Super Greens drink in a can. It's called the Huel Daily Greens Ready to Drink. No powders at all, no pills, forget all that. It is all Super Greens into one drink. Sparkling, refreshing, and it's ready whenever you are with your daily greens. So whatever it is, whether it's the powder, the protein, the greens, they got you covered. Right now, Huel will make eating healthy simple by going to Huel.com, HUEL.com/KFC, and then use code KFC, and you get 15% off your purchase. It's already $3 a meal. Now you get 15% off. It's one of the best deals in the game today. It's Huel.com/KFC for 15% off with new customers. And check out the post-checkout survey to help support our show. The Drake and Bobbi Althoff did their interview. Did you see this at all?
Okay, I kind of saw like one clip.
Those two were for sure fucking.
Really?
I mean, they tell a story. So do you remember when she first did the podcast with him and then she deleted it?
I didn't.
She dropped a podcast with Drake. It was a big deal. It was up for like 1 or 2 days. Then it got deleted, and he blocked her on everything.
Oh.
And people were like, "Is this a publicity stunt? What's going on?" Whatever happened over the last couple of years, like tensions have cooled. He comes back on the show, and they tell a story where Drake said Bobbi Althoff went to a Drake concert. And she was like, I was texting with you, and I said, like, you said something to me that I didn't like, and I was pretty rude back, so I left the show. And as she left, she texted him, like, telling him off. She's like, fuck you, whatever. Mm. And she was like, I sent that to you thinking you were going to get it later because you were on stage. And as I was leaving the arena, I could, like, still hear the music, and I got a text back from you. And it was him kind of being like, what the fuck, you know? That sounds a lot like people who are involved in some way. You came out to my show. We were texting. We got in a text fight. Bobbi Althoff even feels like entitled enough to be like, fuck you, Drake.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's doing that unless you feel like you're allowed to.
Yeah.
And the reason why anybody speaks to each other like that way is after you fuck and you have feelings and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. If you're just still a Bobbi Althoff, the podcaster, you're friends with Drake, but you're still like, thank you for coming on my show. Like, thank you for having me. You know, you're not speaking your mind. You're not being rude. So anybody who starts really letting their feelings fly, and then Drake quickly responding, being like, whatever he said, they didn't say what was in the text messages, but like, I don't know. That sounds like something was going on there.
I could so see that being a thing because he gives off kind of like, I think when guys have that much like suave and game, they almost have this complex where like they need to prove to themselves that they can get any girl, and she has such a standoffish like, I don't want to.
Drake is 1,000,000,000% that guy. Like the amount of girls, and like he's just gotta fuck like everybody. He fucks every girl, he fucks everybody else's girl. He just can't not. It's like Nicki Smokes on a billion. You know,
Nicki
like,
would be seriously so flattered if he heard that you just compared him.
I know he loves that. But like when I watched him be like, every night there would be like a late night tweet being like, I'm trying to fuck these girls. What do you want me to do? The cameras are on me. Like blah blah blah. Because there were guys chirping him, being like, you can't close or whatever.
Yeah.
To even like care about that is still such a like a young man. Like, I gotta fuck these girls. Like, I promise and I hope in a few years you would be like, I don't fucking care. You know, like that's a crazy thing to get worked up about. But I understand how it happens when you're young and other young guys are chirping at you and it's a macho thing. You would just think like, I think even Nicki Smokes will get over that feeling in his life, especially as you get more success and you have more experience with girls, good, bad, and otherwise. But for Drake to still be doing that is like, you still need this validation from like these random girls and feeling like you have game and like, I fucked your girl or whatever.
Yeah.
Yikes.
But I'm sure like fame stunts your growth and more.
Oh yeah. He's got like Arrested Development for sure. Yeah.
But like Bobbi Althoff's personality is exactly that, like what that personality
chases needs, the most. Affects you the most. When I see these things, it sounds like they now smoothed it out. He's like, they're laying in bed together. He actually did I haven't seen the whole interview, but I saw enough good clips that I was like, I think I'm actually going to go watch this whole interview, because he had some good clips just about talking about people calling him a culture vulture and like addressing some of the rap stuff.
He's a cool guy.
I think I can't figure it out. I used to think so, and then like I think there's either two like schools of thought. One is like, oh, everyone's a hater and jealous that he's like at the top, which is entirely possible.
Yeah.
I also am of the school of thought if everybody is saying something, it's probably true. So like when Kendrick Lamar came out and was like, fuck that guy, and all of his peers in the rap world were like, yeah, you're right, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Makes me think it's probably fuck that guy, you know?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some jealousy and hate involved, but like when everybody comes out and is like, you don't move right, you like, you're shady, you're weird, we don't like you, it seems probably pretty unlikely that everybody is lying. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But do you think it's, not to keep comparing to Nicki Smokes, like a Nicki Smokes effect at all, where he has like everyone like shits on him and is like, oh, you're a bad guy, but like at the end of the day, he's like,
he's not, yeah,
he's like a good guy.
But I think it really sounds like Drake has fucked like everybody's girlfriend and wife.
Okay.
That's
that's
it.
really not cool.
And in the rap world, it's like everybody's. Is the rap world like the shining example of how to treat women? No, you know. So like, let's relax. But if it's just like stop fucking people's wives.
Yeah,
there's something to that.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, the bigger point to me is like, not even necessarily like the whose girl it is or whatever. It's like, I think he's probably what, like 35, 30. It's like you're pushing 40.
Yeah.
And you still are just like doing this, you know?
Do you think he ever gets married?
He should. I don't know. I go back and forth on that because part of me is like, do whatever you want. Like, you don't have to get married, guy, girl, or otherwise. Like, you know, it's probably smarter to, in that career, not have gotten married, you know, do your thing, travel. But I think it would be good for him to like settle down a little bit in the sense of like, you're just still out partying, fucking girls in different countries, creating drama for yourself, like all that shit. Whereas like if you do just find one person you actually like who actually supports you and you just kind of like settle, that's a good thing, you know?
Yeah.
But also people get mad like when like I want the old Kanye, right? Like,
yeah.
But he changed and evolved, and it's like Drake hasn't changed and evolved, but people are mad about that. Whereas other rappers are like, oh, I wish they still rapped like they used to. It's like, he's still giving you what you want. It's parties and girls, and I mean, in his case, it's almost like whining about girls and crying about them. But he's been consistent, and sometimes that's people are like yearning for that. I wish the rapper was that way. I wish the actor was still like that. I wish the show was still that way. And then the one guy who is staying the same gets hit with like, well, you haven't changed or evolved, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, well, which one do you want, you know? I think in his case, the problem is that like his bread and butter is viewed as like a little bit childish and immature.
Yeah.
And when you're young, it makes sense. And when you get old, it starts to get a little weird. You know?
Well, I personally like, I mean, I like some Drake songs, but like every song of his kind of sounds the same to me.
Nowadays, for sure. I think his shit is so like forgettable in my mind now, where it used to be like hits. Now it's like these are all just sound like he took like 15 minutes to make these, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know. It doesn't seem to matter. Like his, you know, like Dante was saying, it's like people just put it on, like no matter what. The streams are gonna be there, the numbers are gonna be there, like forever.
Yeah, exactly.
When I think about Bobbi Althoff, man, I just think about her ex-husband. That's got to be just like.
Where's he now?
I don't know. I don't know enough about him. I'm not like. I'm just thinking from a point of view of like. It sounds like they had problems in their marriage or whatever. It was like as soon as she blew up, they split. And I think a lot of people were like, "Oh, this girl just like got famous and ditched him." And I think she had come out at one point and said like, "We were growing apart for a long time," and it probably was like the nail in the coffin. But it's just got to be.
Yeah, brutal.
Wild to be like. I'm married to this like cute little girl. She goes viral because she had one boob bigger than the other. It was during breastfeeding. It was just like one boob got gigantic, made a funny viral TikTok. Seems to have, you know, some humor and some personality. Now she's in bed with Drake.
Yeah.
Now she's like, you know, talking to every rapper in the world. Like, what?
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with it or like he should be mad or anything, but it's just got to be when you're talking to your friends, when you're doing drop off and pick up and the transition with the baby and stuff. It's like, all right, I got to get to work. Like, cool, I got to go do an interview with Drake in his bed.
Yeah.
You got it. There's got to be a level on some immature macho shit that's like, fuck.
Yeah.
God damn it. Like, you're not winning that breakup, you know?
His friends probably like are
killing him. Actually, it might be so bad that they're not.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But he deep down knows, like, if he wrongs any of them at any point.
or like, he's like, as soon as I leave the room, they're all talking about it.
Yeah.
Like, there's a second group chat without me that's like, yo, can you believe Bobby is, like, probably fucking Drake?
Yeah.
That's gotta be weird for, like, Jeff. Whatever the fuck his name is, you know what I mean?
And he's like, I can't even, like, flee the country because, like, I have these kids.
And you also can't escape Drake or, like...
You might have the worst life in the entire world. Like, that sucks.
I also hope maybe he's, like... You know, if it was, like, reversed, there'd be some ex-wife just cashing those checks, being like, yeah, I get money from it, you know? I hope he's got some sort of deal. Probably not, because I don't think she was big when they broke up, but, like...
No, I...
Be like, yeah, do your podcast, girl. Send me that money.
Wait, so I thought that she canceled the podcast.
So this was episode 1 of, like, her...
Right. Yeah.
So I think she just needed, like, a rebrand, and she was like, I'm canceling the podcast. Again, she was pretty funny about that. She was like, this fleeting moment of fame went faster than I thought, so we're canceling this.
Yeah.
And then this second one is, I think it's called Who Asked for This?
Okay.
So it's like, she's leaning into the fact that people are like, who the fuck wants this podcast? Yeah. But when you get major guests like that, she said that when Drake blocked her, she had, like, a ton of famous people lined up that all pulled out.
Really?
So, like, the boy still has the influence like that where...
Yeah.
Imagine that. You have, like, I'm going to do this rapper and this movie star, and then it's like, somebody blocked me on Instagram and it all goes away.
Yeah. So was she still doing her, like, dry humor?
Yeah, I think it's the same vibe,
yeah.
You know? I think it's a little less shticky. Like, she used to pretend to, like, not even know who people are and not know what anything means. I think it's just a little more dry humor. I haven't really listened to it, but it was enough that I think I would go give that a listen. But
do you think that what was the clip, the magician clip with Bobbi Althoff and some female rapper? And it was like magician.
Yeah, it was like Sukiyana or whatever her name was, right?
Yeah. Is that fake?
Where she? Yeah, I think so.
Really?
I think that's just like well done. Where she like pretends to not know what the word magician means, right? Something like that. I think that was fake.
Okay, it seemed.
But you want to live in that world where it's like, is that fake? Is it not? Like, that was well executed if it is fake.
Yeah, for sure.
I just don't. People seem, she's a lightning rod too, where people like hate on her, and I'm like everything else, the proof is just like in the pudding. Like, I'm sure there are rap journalists. It's a big thing in rap. It's like Drake doesn't ever sit down with like rap journalists.
Yeah.
There are people who like really could dig in and have a good conversation and ask him the hard questions, and he doesn't do it. People think that's because he's ducking the people who would expose him or ask him tough questions. That's all probably true. But like Drake gets to do his press how he wants to do his press. Yeah. And for a girl like Bobbi Althoff, like if you can book Drake, and then Drake, and then book Yachty, and then book whoever else she's gotten, and you get these views, like as much as I was saying earlier that the internet has now become this machine, she definitely has a machine behind her. It's actually the parallels between Drake and his music and Kendrick Lamar and the bots and all that shit is very prevalent. But like, we're still at the point where you can't completely manufacture someone. Like, there are industry plants and there are people who get boosted and propped up and all that, but there's got to be enough there where, like, her dry sense of humor, the fact that it's ironic that rappers are sitting down with her, like, there's something to it, you know? I don't know. Is it right or wrong or fair to the journalists? Who fucking cares? Shut up. Grow up. Like, she went viral. Like she's popular. Deal with it, old man who's, like, working for a magazine. I don't know, you know?
Yeah. It's like kind of like it's like a different angle that not really anybody else.
Right. There's something unique to it, you know? Yeah. I think he should mix it in because, like, rap fans, I would like to hear a real interview, but also, I mean, it's very like what used to happen at Barstool where people were like, that's not real journalism. I'm like, we don't fucking care. That's not what we're doing. But then, like, even we become like, you know, there are people like, why is Bobbi Althoff getting, like, interviews? It's like, we used to be those guys who got criticized for that, and we said, fuck off. And now, like, people are doing it to her. It's like, there's just always new waves that maybe don't make sense or aren't fully earned, but that's part of going viral and, like, just capturing lightning in a bottle, you know?
Yeah.
You see Shein, what is it? I always get Shein, right? But like, I feel like there's Shein and
there's,
Shein. There's like a debate over which way you say it, right? There's like girls are like, no, it's Shein, or like, no, it's Shein, or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, I say Shein.
Shein's just like a gigantic sweatshop, right? It's just like you can get dresses for like $3, right? It's like insanely cheap, right?
Yeah.
And it's shitty quality, or it's like good.
Really shitty quality.
But it just like looks hot for a night and you're good.
But it's like you also hear of brands that are like more expensive that are from the same
shit.
Same factory.
Women's clothes is fascinating to me. I feel like from a guy's point of view, the difference between like a fancy suit, an expensive suit, and a cheap suit is very obvious.
Yeah.
Do you think that for women's clothes?
Yeah,
you'll be like, that's a shitty dress versus like that's a beautiful dress.
Yeah,
you can tell that.
I feel like the material, it's like you could just tell like
from like a picture though.
It's harder. I think. I also think like, especially with like fake bags and like there's some really good dupes and everything like that.
Right.
I think it's harder with like clothing material, just because like the way a dress sits, like you just tell when it's Zara.
Right. It was kind of what we were saying about Dave on the last podcast, like when you have money and you get a stylist and you get tailored clothes, it just looks better. But I feel like at least with girls, like if I see you at the Met Gala, I can basically assume that you're wearing like something really nice. But I'm sure there are pictures of girls that I see where I'm just like, wow, you look fucking amazing in that dress, and it's like $2.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think that you could hide it with accessories.
Yeah.
Well, like you could, like if you accessorize it, then it could look a lot more expensive than it is.
I'm sure the person wearing it, if you're just beautiful or your body is banging or whatever, it hides it or doesn't really matter. But if you took like two, let's say they're equally hot, perfect bodies, attractive, whatever, put one in a fancy dress, one in a not fancy dress, and I couldn't touch it or like see it up close, I don't think I'd ever know. But I think like a suit, you almost could like right away, like I don't know.
Yeah, because like that is the.
There's like a suit is kind of like there's different colors and shit, but it's like it's supposed to like look this way. Yeah. Whereas a dress can be short, it can be long, it can be flowing, it can be, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I also
so there's
feel
no like
dress like accentuates like a woman's body more, and the suit is the
thing you're looking at.
Yeah. So like maybe
it is weird though how guys look. Like when I put on a suit, I'm like, I definitely look my best right now. I don't know if it's in my mind or if there's a physical, like the shoulder like are square and the button like pulls it in. I don't know if it's like it actually looks better or because it's like you could be a schlub, you don't have a good body, whatever it is. You put on a suit, you do look better.
Yeah. I think it's like.
Is it? You think it's that, or is it like you're just kind of programmed to be like you're in a suit, you're looking classy, you're looking sharp?
Well, I also think that there's an element to like girls, like guys who can provide so of money.
Puts the status out there.
Like the status and like the you should look at like me type thing. I'm trying to think of like, is there any element of like sweatpants, hair tied, children with no makeup on for a guy? Like,
it's the gray sweatpants.
The gray sweatpants, yeah.
That's more like a sexual thing.
Yeah, sexual thing. Like, I mean, I guess when a guy like wears like a nice athleisure.
I feel like at least in my generation, it was like sweatpants, white tee, backwards hat, like hat fishing type vibe. Yeah. She's like, yeah.
Backwards
Jackie
hat.
just like looked off in the distance, like, yeah.
No. I was thinking more like how douchey it was.
I was always surprised by that because like. Again, maybe that's not like your generation, but mine, there always was hat fishing and a beard, and there was like at least tweets and TikToks that were like sweatpants, t-shirt, hat, right? But I could also see a world where like women would go viral being like, look at this fucking schlub in a backwards hat and sweatpants. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to like the guy, I think, for that to
yeah.
be the look, you know?
Yeah.
I wonder, is there a look for a guy though, like the equivalent of like yoga pants and those things that are kind of like this is just to show off your body? I guess with guys, unless you have a good body, it's the gray sweatpants.
Probably be that. I mean, like well, not in a good way, but like a muscle tank.
Yeah, you look like a douchebag.
You look like a douchebag, but like I guess like if you want to show off your arms and like legs, like shorts.
Has Danny sent you any dworking videos?
Any twerking?
Dworking.
Twerking
with your dick.
Oh, naturally.
Dworking in a pair of gray sweatpants.
Yeah, he actually has sent a lot of them. That's, you know Danny.
That is a weird. Have you seen that? I mean, that's like dworking is like a little bit of a thing that I
quite literally never heard of that.
Think is a joke, but I think some women want to see it. I mean,
So
for
it's just,
the
like,
dwarking,
wiggling
it's just like you're
your
just kind of like thrusting.
Oh,
and you
you're
just
like
see that yeah.
Oh,
it's probably like you're literally wearing just gray sweatpants, and you're probably like halfway, half mast,
yeah,
and it's just like a pendulum, like swinging in there, which is funny, like that.
Yeah.
But you know, it's like a offshoot of dick pics, where it's like there are girls who are definitely like a certain, and I'm not talking about like unsolicited. That's a whole different story. But I think there are girls who are like, ew, like gross. I never want to see dick pics. And then there are girls who are like, send me your dick. I want to see your dick.
Yeah.
And I think twerking is kind of like a funny offshoot of that, where it's like people are laughing about it, but I wonder if there are some girls who are like, I want to see your dick in those gray sweatpants.
I mean, I could see how that's like, if you want to see a dick, that's probably a less jarring way than like the
But it's also like a goofy.
Yeah.
Like you could be hot and have a great dick, but like the minute I send you a video like fucking humping, you look ridiculous.
Well, the off-putting part of that is like you're trying really hard.
Yeah.
And like that's really weird.
It definitely can't be something where you're like, check this out, baby. It's got to be like, hey, did you see dwarking? LOL, This is funny. Then you send it, and then maybe there's also a part of her that's like, it's actually kind of hot or whatever. I don't think it can be like late night, yo, check out me dwarking.
I think if you're a guy and you're debating sending a dwarking video or not, just don't.
Probably err on the side of not.
Side of caution and
Probably
just
err
don't.
on the side of not dwarking.
But I don't want to tell you how to live your life. So if you want to dwark, go ahead, baby. Dwark.
I think, though, there's a lot of girls who don't admit that they want to see some things.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I do mean in terms of like actual like dick pics or
all of it, any of it, like any sort of sexting where it's like obviously the female body is hotter and like it's sexier for them and dicks are like a little bit weird and stuff, but I just feel like if you are like sexual and you're into someone, and the same way guys want to like see stuff and talk about stuff, it's like girls are gonna want to do that too, you know?
Yeah, totally. I would imagine that. I would imagine like also just like in the heat of the moment, it's like
right,
you want to see it all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying like, you know, Tuesday fucking at 11 a.m.
Yeah, you're like I need to see a dick right now.
Right, but if you're into that person, it's all like kind of.
And you're like, I just sent like show me, yeah. Yeah, I would imagine. Like, I don't think it's like. I think the you know men sending a lot of unsolicited dick pics has ruined.
I think that's the problem. Is that you kind of gets associated with like straight up predator behavior.
Yeah, and you guys see your dicks all the time. As a girl, like just. It's the look of a penis is so jarring that it's just like you gotta be mentally prepared. You have to be in the mindset of I'm ready to see a dick. I want to see a dick.
Yeah, you're turned on and you're into it or whatever.
Until then, it's like
a lot.
There's veins.
I have I have a thought that better like having a better looking dick is more important than like a size.
I
like you can be really big, but if it is weird and curved and veins and weird holes and stuff, it's like, what the fuck is this? Whereas like if it just looks the way it's supposed to look, it's like not as jarring.
Yeah, I totally
like I wonder, like it almost should be girls being like, does he have a big dick? It's like, does he have a good looking dick? That should be the standard, not the size, the beauty.
Yeah,
it's like a girl. It's like she's pretty.
Yeah. It's like you just don't want to see something that's kind of like
alien like. Yeah, it's a very weird appendage, that's for sure.
That's a great point. Were you there for the like I think I was saying it's kind of I personally like I don't really focus that much on I don't know. Like this like the size, it's like I'm so in my head the first few times I'm having sex with
you can say sex. It's okay.
Yeah, I know sex with anybody. Then I'm like I'm focused on me.
Yeah.
And then until I have like the headspace to focus on you, I'm already emotionally attached to you because I've already had sex with you multiple times. Really so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't know if like maybe I'm just more insecure, so like size doesn't matter as much. But I feel like I
think it's I think first of all I think the vast majority of dicks are just like okay.
Yeah.
There's some outliers that are like micro, and there's some outliers like, oh my god, you should be in porn or whatever.
Yeah.
And then everyone else is just like in the middle,
And it's like if it's just it's like the way that girls on the internet, the two things that they get made fun of is weight and nose. I feel like the most. It's like the easiest thing to cut a guy.
Totally.
You have a small dick.
Like,
that just kind of like runs with it.
The whole reason I even brought up any of this is to go back to Shein.
Yeah,
they're using Luigi Mangione's face in an ad. I don't know how we ended up on Dick's, but yeah, they're like one of their models. Is it his actual face or just like made to look a lot like him?
I think that they like AI'd his face onto somebody else's body.
Yeah, like it's definitely not him. I'm wondering if they took his literal face or if they just made like, let's have a guy with curly hair, bushy eyebrows, like whatever to look like him. But either way, it's like very much a Luigi Mangione like campaign, which is just that just still blows my mind to this day.
And what does it say on the campaign? Just like,
I don't know. I think he's just like a model. Like if you just go to like Shein, it's like look at this shirt, and it's just like him. Like, which is kind of crazy because he's a murderer.
Yeah.
It's like let's do Aaron Hernandez too. Let's put fucking let's put all the murderers in there.
I think it's also just kind of like it's not really talked about. It's kind of like late in the game.
Yeah. It was that's kind of died down a little bit. You missed the window.
But I guess actually it's like if it had been during that window when it was fresh on everyone's mind, it's like, okay, now you're...
But I don't know. I would think it would be poor taste, but no, most people would be like, hell yeah, like let's go buy Shein.
Yeah. Especially because Shein's like all girls and like it's not...
Right. I was even surprised that I didn't even know they sell men's clothing.
Oh, yeah. I guess that they kind of do. I don't know if men... Have you ever heard of somebody?
See, that's something like I would never... Like buying a cheap... A girl could put on a cheap dress and look hot. A guy puts on cheap clothes, you look like cheap, homeless,
Yeah.
Like that dress might last you one single night and it's garbage, but you're going to look hot that night.
Yeah. Shein, though, it's like you could tell.
Yeah. If you're wearing like a button up from Shein, you're fucking...
Yeah.
I think there's one more thing. I guess why we're talking about this, Jackpot's using me as a model for their ads.
Oh, yeah.
Supposedly. So
Shein got like Luigi Mangione.
Yeah, Shein might have photoshopped Luigi Mangione's face onto their models. Jackpot, I think, JackPocket, I know it's not their fault. I think it's Barstool.
Yeah.
So JackPocket, I've been doing a lot of ads with JackPocket right now because the Powerball's up to $1.3 billion, and anytime these things get big, you can use my promo code either KFC2 or Kevin2, and you get free lottery credits. So when the jackpots are big, I do a lot of these ads. And one of them is a story on my Instagram where I am in the bottom corner, a picture of me in the bottom corner. Jack McCarthy sent those to like the Sammy and the people working on this ad. And she said to me, is this picture okay? That's how she framed it. And I just said yes, because I'm not a diva and I'm not going to be like, no, go get me a different picture of my... She was like, some people definitely did that. And I was like, these motherfuckers here.
You definitely could have, yeah.
I could have, but whatever. I was just like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
And people were like, this is gross. You look gross. And I was like, you're right. I fucking do. And then I started to look closer. I can't believe I didn't like... I'm just so oblivious. I was like, whatever. Here's the ad. I'm like, with my eyes closed. Here you go. And then I look closer at me. And don't get me wrong, my face is gross. I have a neck beard. I'm fatter than I was. The head is not looking great. The body, I'm wearing... The only reason I know that I don't think this is me is because it's the one piece of clothing that I am like vehemently opposed to is a short sleeve button up. Mm-hmm. And I have a t-shirt on underneath it, which, if you know me, everyone's always like, I can't believe you don't wear t-shirts under your hoodies. I can't believe you don't wear undershirts under your shirt. I never wear undershirts. So like and the picture is a short sleeve button up with an undershirt.
Yeah.
I don't think it's me. But she was like, these are the pictures from your like headshot day, which makes me double think I would never wear that and look like that to my headshot day. But I also don't think Jack McCarthy's sitting there like, okay, wait, you need a picture of Kevin for an ad? Let me Photoshop his head onto someone else's body. And it also kind of looks like my arm.
It looks like your arm. A few things going on there. It looks like your arm. And I
do weird stuff with my arms in pictures.
Wait, can you pull it up again?
Yeah.
And I personally know that like you will switch like sweatshirts and whatever without even really thinking of it.
Yes.
I know that the one short sleeve shirt that you had was the one that you got for the wedding.
Yeah, that was the only time I really wore one. Was I was in a jam. I lost my suit. I was going to Captain Khan's wedding. I had to go to like a Walmart to buy clothes, and they had like short sleeve Dwight Schrute button ups. And I was like, I gotta. Yeah. It was on a suit. My jacket was on. It was a cheap suit. Didn't look great, but I was like, whatever. Shein, it's a black suit. Yeah, it was a Shein suit. And then it was hot. It was outdoors down in Florida, and I took my jacket off. And I had the Dwight Schrute on, and people were like, what the fuck, bro? My shoes were, like, made of plastic. I mean, I look like a fat, like, chemistry teacher. I look like a high school teacher. I look like a substitute teacher in high school. right? I walk in like, I'm Mr. Clancy. I'll be your teacher for today. And everyone's like, fuck you. They throw shit at me and they don't respect me. That's me. That's that picture.
That's incredibly accurate, like to a T. I was going to say like the way I was remembering it was more priest-like.
Okay.
Almost.
Okay.
Now that you said substitute teacher, and this shirt looks just like not good quality.
But
like,
but that looks a little linen-y too, maybe. So maybe I did buy a white short sleeve linen.
Yeah.
But I never would wear a linen shirt with a undershirt. I just wouldn't.
There's a lot going on in this photo.
I don't think it's me. But I also don't think there's a world where Jack or somebody would Photoshop me into their fucking.
Can I see your arm?
Yeah.
So you do have that elbow, like
it's a little
definitive baby elbow lines. Do you know what I mean?
I got baby elbows?
No.
What's a baby elbow?
Do you know what I mean? Where like where your elbow used to be when you were a baby, there's a crease there. Like
here?
Yeah, like that, because that's your arm grew, but your arm used to be creased there when you were a child.
Okay. I also think that's like a bicep thing where your muscle's supposed to start. I don't really have any.
I also think it's my massive biceps.
No, I think it's my lack of bicep. I also do this weird thing. I do this weird thing when I take pictures, and you got it too. But that's like right where your bicep is, right? Like your.
I don't know. I didn't just lines up, but like right there, you can see.
Yeah, you have like a definitive line.
Yeah. Everyone kind of has it.
When I noticed this in college, especially when I was drunk and I would take pictures like at the bar, I do this weird thing. I go like this. Like a lot of times I will have my
like paraplegic,
like very like
why
you know,
why do you think
disabled?
You do
like I don't know. I would just put my hands up.
Do you think that you're doing that alone?
I don't know. I could be like, and also like I'm a very like Ricky Bobby. Like I don't know what to do with my hands. Like I think that's why a lot of times people when they take pictures they like put their hands together or behind their back or whatever.
Yeah.
Do a point piece, whatever. Because like when you're just standing there, I think I look like a robot if it's too like flat. But then when I let it go normally, they're kind of like I'm like a cardboard cutout. I don't know.
In a weird way. I wish I almost had more of that, where I put my hands out a lot in photos. Massive.
Huge.
So then it just like takes away from the photo.
Yeah, stuff. Because you put it like a little closer. It's like a perspective.
I put it closer. I put it like near my face, which just like adds
perspective is not there. Yeah.
Elements and everything. So I wish I had more.
You'd be tough for dick pics if you had one.
I know.
That'd be like.
Yeah.
I hope the sizes match up because your hands would dwarf it.
We talked about this on Beach House, like what size dick we all thought that we have. I thought, notoriously, like I have always thought, my friends have thought, like I'd have a massive dick. I actually know in my heart that I would have a massive dick.
I'm surprised you say that because you usually are insecure to the point that I thought you were going to be like, I'd have a tiny dick. Like,
yeah, no, I know, no.
But I mean, you have gigantic appendages.
I have
gigantic
appendages.
If that like theory holds up, which I think it's a little bit of a myth, but I also think it's kind of true. You have huge hands, massive hands. Water ski boots for feet.
All right, fucking paraplegic hands. Yeah, they're big, but like the appendages aside, like I just know like I'm very insecure, but
you don't have big dick energy. What are you talking about?
No, but like at the end of the day, like when you guys know me at my most anxious,
true,
I am always.
So with your friends, you're different.
Just like seriously on the edge of a fucking in my head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm never in a good state when I'm in these doors. Outside these doors,
how are you not in a good state when you're in these doors?
Big schlong energy all the time.
How are you not in a good state when you come in these doors?
I'm not actually like always in a good state. I want to be very clear. I'm very insecure in every aspect of my life, but I'm a lot less insecure
when you're drunk with your friends.
When I'm drunk, when I'm with my friends, when I'm like, just. In comfortable state.
Would you? Okay, let's take it a step further. If you were a guy, or if girls had dicks, or trans or something, whatever hypothetical you want to say, would you like flaunt it? Would you act like it? Because I feel like there's two different. There's the guy who's like, I have a big dick and I know it and I show it off. I talk about it. Every girl knows about it. And then there are the silent types who are like, you don't say anything and then. Girls are like, whoa, I didn't know you were hiding this thing, That's
what I would like to believe.
You would be flashy about it. You'd be
I would be
subtle
like pretty humble about it.
Humble.
And then like
That's a good word for it.
When people figure it out, it'd be like, wow, that makes you really
isn't
cool.
it so weird that like even you're saying like girls often at least are not thinking about it, don't care about it, don't want it to be too big or whatever. But if you were to have a dick, you'd be like, yeah, I got a big dick.
Yeah.
Such a fucking double
because
standard.
It would just be like, I don't know.
There's got to be something cool about it, right?
Yeah, I mean,
just
it's
being like
definitely
bigger is better in everything in the world. It's like, I don't know. There are times you wouldn't want to have a big car, but if you do have like a big muscle car, it's like, yeah, I got a big muscle car. You know what I mean?
And I'm also not saying that like a big dick isn't like doesn't feel good. You know, like I never said that.
Hey, Danny.
No,
hey.
no.
So how big is Danny's dick?
No, stop.
How does that look?
I'm not answering any questions. But yeah, Bree said that she would have like a long, skinny dick, and I could see that.
I mean, that's like her body.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I could see her.
What were the rest of the girls? What were they like?
I don't know if anybody else. Oh, Ella said that she would have a short like chode.
I see that too.
And she's just like a short girl, but it'd be thick.
Thick dick.
Girthy.
Yeah.
But
girth. What a word. Girth. I feel like if girth was like a person, they'd be like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Like my whole brand just got shot. Nobody thinks of anything other than a dick when you hear the word girth.
Yeah.
Girth probably used to be used like in, I don't know, like business or like you're a carpenter, like, oh, that tree was girthy. Whatever the fuck it is, you know? Like they probably used to use the word girth and then it just became straight dicks all the time.
But was it ever used?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I could see that being like an old-timey word where it was like, yeah, I was working on like this like construction site today. It was really girthy, the pole. I don't know what the fuck. And now it's like,
word got away
now
from
it's just
everyone.
dick.
Yeah. What was the origin of what we were looking up at one point?
The gangbang one?
The gangbang.
Gangbang was a great one. That was a great job by you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Which came first, gangbang or gangbang?
Yeah. Which came first, like girth as in dick or girth as in like probably whatever.
Anyway, you got a big dick.
I would have a big dick. The most important thing. Oh, here's your phone.
But do you? So final answer. Do you think this is me?
I think it is, and I think like,
how did I? Well,
because I remember that we had that short sleeve shirt.
But that's not that shirt.
That's not that shirt. It's like a linen shirt.
So now I have multiple short sleeve shirts. That shirt went from the wedding to the mannequin. That was it. And now it's in the garbage, I guess. I don't even know where it is. And I don't wear undershirts.
You don't wear undershirts. But you would wear an undershirt if there was a shirt.
If that was like a Roback shirt and they were like, I need an ad, I'd put it on. But like there's no logo. There's no nothing that I know of.
Bare bottom?
Maybe.
I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that Jack McCarthy's fucking with you.
That is out of the realm of possibility. That would be
McCarthy?
If Jack McCarthy is photoshopping my head onto someone else's body for JackPocket ads, he is the craziest person alive.
But he kind of has that like maniacal.
Yeah, like he would do that to Rico though.
You do that to Rico, yeah.
I just don't think we. I mean, me and Jack are just like whatever, you know.
But like your point, like he has that dog in him, and I don't know.
That would
like,
be a mean thing to do.
That'd be a mean thing. There's no way that he did that, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. Is my point. I highly doubt it. I think it's probably. Do you know what year that was taken? Like how old you?
No fucking idea. No fucking clue, man. I was, I'm fat in it, so it was definitely several months ago.
That almost looks like during the loaf of bread in your chin phase. No offense.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So that would have been a lot of years ago.
Dude, it's so like. There are definitely times I thought I was like, I'm fat, I need to lose weight, and then there was plenty of times I was just like, I look the way I look, and now that I lost weight, I'm like, oh my god, I was fat.
But I never like thought in the moment.
I know. You almost need the comparison though. It's like if I show you pictures of me now and then, it's like. Yikes.
It was never bad.
All right. Anything else? Or are we good to go?
I don't have
Okay. All right. That's it. Let's get into our interview now with Bree and Ravi. They did Special Forces. They told us all about it. It is a wild experience. I don't know if everything made the cut because I think they had to do some legal stuff, but they were spilling the beans. It is a great interview with two worlds colliding from the KFC Radio world, Ravi and then Bree coming together. It's a wild one. So let's get into it. It's Ravi and Bree on KFC Radio talking Special Forces. Let's get into it.
Look who it is.
What is up, boys?
I feel like me and John should maybe just check out and let you two just, reconnect, reunite.
Rehash.
I'm okay with that, dude. Let's talk about this set.
We are, because
more
we're
money?
zooming. No, that's a bad sign, by the way. This is our communal podcast. Somehow our actual studio is a downgrade. So.
Gotcha. Oh, for sure. It's the one I've seen. Wait, so I'm just going to eat grapes while we're talking. You said you had to find Bree. What is that? That's how it works there? You guys are just like all there?
She's just right next door.
I was in my studio.
But yeah, it's usually just like run around until you find somebody.
Yeah.
That's great. Bree, what does this look? You look great.
Thanks. I know I have dark hair now. I dyed it.
When did you dye? Because I thought the same thing when you walked in.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, shit.
I dyed it like last week.
Hell yeah. Does look very nice.
Thank you.
Were you always this tan? Is the hair making you look tanner?
No, I've been at the beach.
There you go. That's an obvious answer. End of
But
summer.
no. It's not the obvious answer you really think it is. Brianna's on another show where they send 10 animals from Barstool to a beach house to live like Jersey Shore style.
Oh, wait. No, I saw
So she's
this.
not at the beach. She's at the beach house.
I'm in fucking hell. It might be worse than Special Forces.
No, that show.
That was going to be one of my questions.
No, I watched a clip online about it. I mean, that looks insane. Like, why would you do that?
Torture. I don't know.
I said if they offered me $500,000, I would say no.
I did it for free. If anything, I'm losing stock after doing this fucking show.
No, I mean it is insanely entertaining, and I do actually think the way they're shooting it, Ravi, is like instead of cameras and episodes, it's just people with phones, and it's all real time, and it's gotten like 1 billion impressions on social media. So it's very like new age, but I do think it's kind of like pioneerish, trailblazerish that people are going to be doing stuff like that from now on.
It totally reminded me of like the old school, like the OG reality trash. Sorry, that's the word I would. It's like what was that show with Puck? That's what it reminded me of.
The Real World?
Real World.
Yeah.
Real World. Or the original Real World.
Living.
That's what it felt like. That's what it feels. Yeah,
because it basically is.
And fucking like getting wasted and fucking each other and then getting upset about it.
Yes. Rinse, wash, repeat over and over and over again. Yeah, that's it, man.
Every day in a row, blackout. I still feel hungover.
I bet.
How much are you drinking? Because I know you've kind of toned down drinking. Are you?
Well, judging by the somersaults on the pavement to get home the other night, I would say she's drinking a decent amount.
I can't enjoy this unless I'm blacked out.
Well, when Bree started, she did the Sleep When You're Dead tour, and I feel like she died. Like you reached your limit where she was like, I've got to sleep.
Yes.
I've been doing this for like 5 straight years.
Sleep when you're dead. But like I'm going to bed at 3 a.m. and they're like, you're going to bed, Grandma? I'm like, dude,
it's tomorrow, right now.
Well, it sounds like they're all doing blow, so that's why.
So this fucking guy on my show yesterday, he's like, why are you guys tired? What's the problem? You couldn't go out on Sunday? And I was like, well, they've been going Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. He's like, what's the problem? I was like, well, they're not all doing tons of blow, John. That's the issue.
There's an easy fix. Who
is the dude that everyone is like, you fuck everyone, none of us like you, and then everyone still fucks him? Like, that is a fascinating
that's Nicky
sociological.
Yeah, that's
Nicky Smokes. It is funny. As much as it's confusing, it's kind of like douchebag guy who every now and then like charms you and makes you laugh and seems endearing, and he fucks you. And that's just how it goes.
He needs to write a book. I mean, that guy's impressive. I mean, like, he's at the beginning of the night, it's like, you're a dick and nobody likes you. You try to fuck everyone, no one wants to fuck you, and then the next day, everyone's like, why did you fuck that person that was telling you that you were going to try to fuck them? It's like,
well, we're also, as the kids say, shipping the Bree and Katic relationship because you guys are just a match made in heaven.
Yes, we kiss a lot.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Is Katic the guy that I'm talking about?
No, Katic is like the giant man baby who's drunk literally 24/7, just stealing things and vibing out.
Yeah, he's the big boy.
Is that like, you're so big, I'm so out of your league, so I'm going to give you these kisses and it means
No,
nothing?
I'm just more so, this is like a safe place for me.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that kiss. When you're a little Indian guy, it might be the same as Katic. And I'm familiar with the sweet friendship kiss.
I had a lot of those kisses from about 2004 to 2013.
He's a safe
Dude, Katic was so funny too because leading up to this, he made a video that was like, I'm not gonna be like the center of this. I'm just gonna be like a vibes guy and kind of play the back. And now he's like a tornado that rips through like every single night. He's like front and center, on stage, screaming lyrics, stealing things, riding bikes, whatever. It's like you said you were gonna be like the calm guy. I don't think that was a honest assessment.
He looks like he jumped into the Bert Kreischer character.
Yep, for sure.
Shirtless.
By the way, John, I do feel like you were like that, but I feel like in the last 2-3 years, you've really come into like a style and a confidence. I mean, are you slaying now? What's going on?
You slaying puss, dude?
I'm slaying, dog.
Dude, Ravi, tonight John's TV show drops.
What's that?
Barstool's first ever like scripted, like basically sitcom show, 30-minute episodes. Season 1 drops tonight on their YouTube.
It's really funny.
Is this different from the one I saw you and you were really funny and you did Out of Order?
Yes. So this is kind of like an extension of that. Most of the Out of Order guys got together. We got a couple other new people from the show, from the office, and we wrote a season of TV. And then we shot it, and it comes. Or episode 1 comes out tonight.
The premiere was last week, like a full real premiere in theater, and like screened the first 2 episodes. It was great.
Dude, that's amazing. That makes perfect sense for you. You're a star, buddy.
You're slaying. You're slaying.
You're slaying, baby. You're gonna be so famous.
Do we get Feitelberg on Animal Control? Is he
dude.
Yes.
I was saying that earlier. I was saying it yesterday. I wasn't saying that exactly, but I was like, Animal Control's kill it.
I was saying better shows, but the concept was there.
No. Yeah. I was speaking specifically about Animal Control.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, I'll get you in there.
No, it's a big year for John. He started out, did some auditions, got on an appearance on Tires with Shein and Vince Vaughn. Then dropped his own show, and then we'll wrap up this year doing opening for Bert at an arena. So
wait, what?
Yeah,
you'll do stand-up?
I'm doing
stand-up.
stand-up.
Doing stand-up?
Yeah. I got you doing 4 shows.
Have you been practicing, or you just those are going to be your first shows?
No. I honestly, I'm not that worried about that. I think I'll be okay.
You haven't done it in
like
a while.
nosedive.
I haven't done it in like probably 2 months. But then we're going on tour for a month before Bert. So I'm probably gonna do like 10 or 15 shows before Bert.
Okay.
It was a classic Bert. Like I kind of lobbed up an alley-oop, just being like, my boy's doing stand-up now. Like just putting that out there. And Bert's like, do you want to open for me in like Connecticut at like a 15,000 person arena or whatever it was? And it was like, well, there's no turning back now.
Yeah.
He must love you because he definitely fucked over some other opener.
There's definitely somebody being like, fucking Feitelberg.
I'm a Nepo baby. It's cool.
Ride that way.
Maria, it's so good to see you.
I know. Oh my gosh. It feels like a year ago.
It does.
When you guys recorded, I remember all of the internet sleuths predicted that Brie was going to be on Love Island.
Yes.
Because they were filming at like the same time, and she said, I'm going to go off of social for a little while, and people were like, she's going to be a bombshell on Love Island.
They were like comparing my like curtains in my hotel room to people's.
Were they really?
They go hard
like
at that,
it was crazy, and I'm like, nuts. I couldn't have been somewhere further away from Love Island.
Polar opposites of experiences on television.
Isn't that basically the show you're on now, but with a better budget?
Yeah. And a hotter cast.
And maybe
Love
one
Shore.
guy I'd sleep with.
Like maybe one. Come
on. May I ask where were you specifically? Like where in the world?
We were in Morocco.
Morocco.
Yeah,
like in the desert, in the Moroccan.
I was gonna say like
kind
nice
of the foothills.
Are you in like the like where like literally are you like in a desert? Or are you in
the
Atlas
Mountains, desert? Like poor villages, lots of actual desert.
I have a question for both of you.
It was real.
Why? Why would anybody do this? You psychos.
Why did you agree to it?
Why is it more implausible that I would agree to
because
it over
like
you?
did you know what you were getting yourself into?
I had seen like 1.5 episodes, but it just looked I'm trying to get hosting gigs with Fox. That's the real truth. Like I had
a good answer. Yeah, I put myself through hell for a benefit of my career.
I had a meeting with them. They like, what do you want to do? I said, my perfect gig is where I make as much money in as least time as possible. That's the job that I want. And hosting is one of those gigs. And so they've asked me to do everything that they're doing. Okay, Lego Masters just came out last night. I'm in that. Like I'm saying yes to a lot of things. And this one specifically, I mean, the thing is, most of these shows are things I would do for free. I love to have fun.
Yeah.
I love games. I love trying hard things. And this one came up and I'm like, this looks like the experience of a lifetime. Like I didn't get to do Outward Bound and all that kind of shit when I was a kid. And I always have like a little man complex about me. Like I always think people think I can't get laid as much as I did, or that I can't that I'm not as smart as I am or that I'm not as tough. Like toughness is a big thing with me. And so I'll have this like this complex. And so something like that was like a great opportunity. I've also been, the last 2 years, I've been trying to really get in the best shape of my life. And
yeah, we know because we get the shirtless selfies every now in the group chat.
Yeah, I've been meaning to launch Thirsty Thursdays, but I don't have the attention to like I can't focus. Like, Thursday went by, I'm like, oh, well, there goes that one campaign.
Is this something, Ravi, you've always been interested in? Because I know we talked about maybe doing a show similar, not obviously not similar to this by any stretch of the imagination, but similar to like the themes you're talking about toughness and like
during
strength
COVID.
and kind of like just reinventing yourself. Was that COVID that brought that upon you, or was this something that you always thought about?
I've always been interested in anything that has to do with getting the most out of life. And I know it sounds cheesy, but that's something that I've always been really into, like anything to do with like self-help stuff. And now that I'm like middle age and I have, an 8-year-old girl, I have 2 little babies, I am really desperately trying to reclaim my health because I want to be around for them as much as possible. And you wake up, the older you get, the more you feel like you're dying. I mean, that's just a fact.
For sure.
Yeah. So like, and really the main motivator was when we lost, as you guys know, like we lost a daughter 5 days after she was born. And like, I felt so helpless and like, I couldn't even think straight. My body was in pain. And at that time, I kind of just had this epiphany where the only thing that I was like, I need to try to get small wins every day. And the easiest wins were like, well, I can at least try to control my health as much as possible. And that was the beginning of just trying to transform my body just so I could be there for my family. And then Special Forces was an opportunity to like actually have an excuse to spend money on a trainer and be away from home. And I was working out like 11, 12 times a week going into
He trained for this shit opposite of me.
So it sounds like you knew what you were getting into and prepared for it, and you got tricked and didn't.
I went on a half-mile run once before the show. And I get there and I'm like, what?
I could not, like if I signed up for that and didn't realize what it was and I got there, I think I would have to be like, I have to go home. I can't do all this. Like, I don't even know how you like persevered through it.
I don't either. I mean, he saw me fucking go through hell and back, but
she is tough as hell. So tough.
He's a
youth
psycho.
Youth at its finest. Because she just showed up and crushed it. She's also naturally athletic and like a motherfucker. Like, she's not someone to be fucked with. I don't think you are.
Thank you. Well, I also quit vaping the day I got there since I was 16. So I'm going through nicotine withdrawals. I got my period right when I get there.
Yeah.
I'm like, I haven't worked out in a year. It was fucked. And then Ravi's just like, we're literally doing the most crazy shit, the shit that you would never want to do. And he's
crazy.
Like, this is so cool. Like, I love this so much. Everyone's in tears.
Let's go drown in mud. Yeah.
He's like, no, this is awesome. I want to do it more. I'm like, what is wrong with you, man?
The one clip I remember seeing was Cam Newton.
Yes.
Cam Newton like jumped from a boat onto helicopter skids, like no problem, like Tom Cruise style. What was like the craziest thing you guys did?
Well, I don't know what we're allowed to say.
Yeah, I was going to
ask you what we're allowed to say, but I feel like it's good promotion for the show. So let's just take a swing, Bree, see what happens. Okay.
Well, what was the craziest thing to you?
Well, I know what your craziest, at least what I saw, what I thought was your craziest from our experience.
Oh, the one that broke me to death. That was like.
Yeah, let's talk about that one.
That one was.
Yeah. Why don't we talk about that?
I can't even. Okay, so I didn't know. I knew I was like maybe a little bit claustrophobic, right? And in our pre-show interviews, they're asking us all of our biggest fears, and they keep bringing up claustrophobia. I'm like, no, I don't think I'm claustrophobic. And it gets to one of the challenges that we have to do, where we have to bomb a cell tower. But to get to that, you have to crawl through about a 2x2 tunnel underground where you can't see, you can't breathe, you're piled in together where you're getting kicked in the face, it's pitch black, you're in full gear, and it just doesn't fucking end. And then it turns into underwater tunnel. So and it's pitch black.
By the way, there's fucking rocks. It gets tighter than that at times. So people are getting stuck and they're screaming.
The ceiling collapsed at one time, so you have to go backwards.
There's explosions going on around you.
Explosions. Yes. They're kicking, like they would open up the top, kick dirt in your face. All of our teeth were black when we got out of it. And it's not just like a 1 minute thing. Like it keeps going. So I have a full blown panic attack, and I'm stacked in between Christy and I have Ravi behind me. And I'm just like, if I didn't have him behind me, I think I would have crawled fuck back out and tapped out of the show.
Do they have, like, if you were to, like, a safe word or something where they'll pull you out of there, or like you're in there till you get out? Like there's not like a fail safe?
Interesting enough, there was no safe word.
But you know what I mean? Like some sort of like,
you know, like, that should have existed.
Like, I actually am stuck or I'm drowning or something, we will save you, or
when I tell you there was no safe word, what's crazy about this show is it is crazier than it even looks on television. I thought this was going to be a TV show. So I thought they would be a decorum about which, they would have.
Safety,
I just thought it would be. I thought it'd be safer. I thought there'd be more snacks. Like all these.
We were starving.
Where are the snacks and makeup? I need that.
And there's no like crew, no confessionals. Like you are strictly with we call them the DS, which are like the special force dudes. And you don't like go talk to cameras. It's all like security camera footage. And then you do these things and there's like cameras around you. But it's not a TV show. Like you're living in this world for however long you last.
And the idea is supposed to be like that's what you would go through if you were training to become a special forces, or like this is a mission that we would be on.
Yes.
What you
like
would go for training.
Okay. They're trying to simulate like the actual experience, which means we're like sleeping on actual cots in a tent with this little like next to us is like the few things that we got to bring with us, which were like.
Two pairs of underwear we could bring.
I need more than that.
Yeah, I need a pair nonetheless. And you wash them in the sink.
I brought earplugs for myself and everyone around me because I was worried about snoring, which ended up being brilliant.
Thank God you brought those. Yeah.
But I mean, like, that would be my, I need hygiene. I got to brush my teeth. I need deodorant. I need clean underwear. Like,
you poop in front of each other.
Oh my God, this is barbaric.
You're
taking shit in front of people.
You're taking shits in buckets
next to each other with your eye. So this is like you sit. It's outdoor. You're literally living on a military base, and this is the shitter. It's a hole. There's no flush. There's no water in it, and they're all next to each other like this with walls up to here. So while you're shitting, it's the people in front of you washing their underwear or like on the camp. Eye contact.
Did you get paid?
Yeah. Everyone's talking.
Okay, good.
Dude, no, and everyone's by like 24 hours in, everyone's already so beat up. Like, because you never know. First of all, these challenges are insane. They're really excruciating. You're heaving when you're done with them. Yeah, and you just like push yourself to the limit. And then you have to go like do shit at the base, and you have these horrible army meals and your little tiffins and like that you have to clean yourself, and there's army food, so you don't eat much anyway because it's horrible. And then like, I mean, you don't even know when they wake up in the middle of the night to do crazy shit.
Yeah.
How do you
so you can't even really fall asleep because you're like, I don't know, they might kick in the door
and you have to sleep in your like wet clothes and shit.
This is great. Honestly, it sounds fun, but this is crazy.
I was gonna say you would probably love this.
I would like it, except for the dumping out in front of everyone.
Yeah, that's tough.
I like some privacy. That's my biggest fear about prison.
You became so close with these people.
You of all people would excel at dumping publicly. I think you would be great. I could see you being in the top 1% in dumps in general.
No, I like, dude. When I go to the bathroom, I'm in there for an hour. I do a lot of stuff. I go to the bathroom. I take a shower. I do some I like my bathroom experience.
Yeah, that's who we are. That's who men. That's us at our most primal state. But if you're like me and you end up getting married and having kids, like last night, end of the night, I'm like in there. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take the shit that I've been thinking about for the last hour, right? So I go in there, but I also always have so much to do. So I'm like, I got to book these flights. So I'm sitting there booking these flights, and I could actually get in and out pretty quickly. It's just something you get good at over time when you're super busy. But I was still booking my flight. I got 3 texts from my wife, like who's right on the other side, in the bedroom. Where the fuck are you? What are you doing?
One of the most influential scenes I've ever seen in my life is the scene in A Christmas Story. I was like 7 years old watching that kid lock himself in the bathroom so he could do the thing, and I was like, Ovaltine. I was like, that's the only place you can get privacy in this whole goddamn world.
If you can't get shit in a bucket, you have nothing, bro. You got nothing as a human.
We share one shower, and it's a tank of water. So when it ran out, like
you're done.
It was so great. And people, you shower like in your underwear and bra because people can see you. Like it was just so fun.
Everyone's half naked within a day.
You get so close with these people where it's like it doesn't even matter.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask. Is like, obviously this all sounds terrible and all that, but did it help build camaraderie? Like, did you guys have a closeness?
I mean, I generally like half-naked women, so I thought that was nice.
Ravi's just shitting in a bucket, being like, "Yeah, look at
that." No, it felt. I felt like a day in. I felt like I was with these guys forever. Like we all felt.
That's all reality is like that. It's like the romance shows. Like, oh, you've only known each other for a week. It's like, well, they spent 24/7, and they set you up in these romantic settings. Of course, you fall in love. This is like the other end of the spectrum, where it's like, yeah, we're at war together, basically.
And they force you, like, all the physical shit aside, they force you to like tell everyone your deepest, darkest secrets. Like they made us sit in a circle one night and be like, tell us your biggest regret, or like some like just and we're all sobbing while we're telling our stories.
That talk was crazy.
That talk was fucked up.
Was that on camera?
People were opening up. It was on camera.
I know, but I don't know if they'll put it in.
They told us that it wouldn't be, which makes me think it will.
Oh, for sure. Day one shit there, Ravi.
People were telling secrets that they had never told anyone.
Their families.
In the circle of like abuse and like crazy things. Like
Jesus Christ.
It was everyone was crying, and I was one of the last people to go. And by the time it got to me, I didn't feel like talking, and I felt bad.
Yeah,
I didn't
Ravi's
really
like,
share anything.
I bite my fingernails too much.
I don't think I shared anything of substance. I think I may have just like shared a life lesson, and we moved on. Or something.
Early bird gets the worm. Let's keep. Do you guys get voted off? Do you lose? Like when you lose, like if you're last in a race, you lose, or you get home?
No, the only way to leave the show is to voluntarily withdraw or get medically.
Oh, so there's no like winner?
No, they kick people out. No, you can
really?
get asked. Yeah, you get your
Oh, if you're like being a shithead, but
yeah,
but not like losing a challenge.
If you lose, you can still go on like a challenge.
No, not yet. So, but they do take people's things away, whatever you call it, that your number.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like the finale, is there like a Bree's the winner, or is it just like everybody made it to the end?
No,
and
it's whoever made it to the finale, whoever made it through the final round. It can be multiple people. Yeah,
I see. Cool.
Yeah, but like majority of people leave the show because it's too hard, or they like break their neck or some shit.
Yeah.
Oh, they're dead. Ship their dead body home.
But by the way, I feel. Look, I haven't seen the other seasons, but I feel like our season had to have been exceptional in terms of the quality of people. Everyone was really tough.
It's a bomb squad name too. Like all the names you read off were like, these are legit.
Dude, it was crazy.
People who you wouldn't expect to be tough as hell, like got through this thing in an insane way, and everyone was really like. When the first day I looked around, I'm like, that could be one of the unsufferable people. That could be one of the insufferable people. And for the most part, like I thought everyone was.
Why don't
awesome.
you say names, Ravi? Who are you saying?
Well, I was wrong though. I was wrong.
Yeah. There was only one person on the cast I like didn't get along with.
Why don't you say names?
Cody Brown.
I don't even know who that is.
Who is it?
Cody was probably the one that the most people I think didn't get along with because
he's the Sister Wives guy, but I didn't know who he was going into the show. I never heard of Sister Wives. He had like multiple. What he had like he has like 28 kids and like 4 wives or some shit.
He used to have 4 wives. Now he has
bro, you know what? That sounds worse than
special. Hard to get along with.
That sounds worse than special forces. I'd rather do that than have 28 kids and 4 wives.
He's down to 1 wife. He kept telling us he wasn't a polygamist because he only has 1 wife now. Which I don't know if that's how it works, but I was like, no, I think you just have 1 left. I think you're like out of wives.
Yeah. They all divorced.
You're still a polygamist.
Yeah, you got dumped, bro.
He's almost like like a 10-year-old boy in terms of his like enthusiasm for doing things, and he has a way of in every moment he's observing what's happening and kind of saying it out loud, and then also trying to give motivational speeches to everyone around him, and that really gets
fucking
great.
up every challenge. And I always had to be with him on everything, and I'm mommying him. I'm like, you're 3 times my age, bro. Oh my god, I had a blowout fight with him. I was like, I hope this isn't even aired, because I was like, you fucking suck. I do not like you. We're not the same. I was so frustrated.
That claustrophobia shit sounds crazy though. Like
I
that's
meant to
something
say that.
I never was, and then I don't know, like relatively recently, like I went and got an MRI for something, and I've gotten a million in my life, and they put me in the tube, and I was like, whoop, something's different now.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with this at all.
Yeah.
And now if I even like watch a video or see somebody doing something claustrophobic, I start to
and we were like crawling on rubble, so we were, when we get up, when you take your pants off, you're like bloody and shit. Like it was
like
crazy.
blood everywhere on you. And by the way, we're talking about a safe word. I remember you trying to quit, and they wouldn't let her.
Yeah.
Really?
There was
How
that
crazy is
episode. I was
that?
like, no, I can't do this. I'm having it. But then every time they were like, give me your band. I was like,
no. You're allowed to quit.
All right, fine. Officially quit.
Yeah.
Nah,
Well,
fuck you.
I mean, I guess once you're in a tunnel, like there's no. I mean, I guess there could literally be going back, but not if someone's behind you and you just have to get through it. And then once you're through it, what's the point of quitting?
A few people went home that challenge.
Yeah, claustrophobia is like claustrophobia. I feel like is one of those that isn't a problem until it's a problem.
It is, and then it's
then
like,
and one day you're like, never mind.
Do you have problems with that?
I had a problem with it once when I was a kid. This is horrible. This is like,
what else is new? This is about to be something insanely like sickening and depressing. I'm sure. Yep, here we go. Yeah.
Dude, I was at King Richard's Fair, which Kevin knows, and they had
it's like medieval times if you don't know.
It's a medieval Renaissance fair, and they have an exhibit, a building there that is just torture. It's just all the tortures that they ever did in history. And I was like 7, 9, something like that, with my aunt. And it's very tight quarters, and it's very low ceilings. And I started losing my fucking mind. Like, I couldn't do, like, to the point where I ran away. And I ran away from my aunt, and they couldn't find me. And I was just sprinting through the torture chamber trying to find my way out. And I was trying to find my way out, but everywhere I turned, it's some guy getting his fucking face eaten off by a rat. And I just kept freaking out more. And I was just lost, screaming.
Every time he tells a story, I'm like, it checks out why you are the person you are today. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it.
Like, someone get me! Bro, no joke. I wasn't making it up. Like, the where I was found was in front of an exhibit where they put a box around your head, a cage, and they just put a rat in it. And they just let the rat eat your face until you're dead. And that was a form of medieval torture. Yeah. And I was just like watching this rat scurry around this thing. And I was like, I don't think I ever came back from that day. I think I died that day.
That's your villain origin story right there, man.
The shit that fairs could get away with when we were younger. I mean, I don't know if they're still doing it, but there is no set of standards or municipal authority looking.
No, and like one person a year would die at the fair.
They'd be like, yeah, we just drove this thing off the highway. It's going to float you around at 60 miles an hour. Hop in.
The guy has no teeth operating it. It's like, what the fuck is going on? But that's kind of what Special Forces felt like. Like they made you they made you face every fear. So like claustrophobia, heights, drowning, waterboarding, every form of fear. Like,
Don't say whether you did or not, but there's waterboarding.
There's waterboarding?
Yeah, there's waterboarding.
I've always been pretty sure I could beat waterboarding.
Well, no, there's
we should try. I can waterboard you. I'll waterboard you right now.
Let's do it.
What if I just held my breath? I can hold my breath.
How long did you hold your breath for?
Like a minute?
First of all, I don't know if you could.
I don't know if I could. I'm probably pretty close to it.
But once you're like
in the middle of like
situation,
when your heart's racing and shit, though.
Like there was one challenge. I won't say what was. But it was like
should we time him while we talk?
Yeah. Hold your breath.
I don't honestly think I could beat it. But when I watch it in movies, I'm like, well, why isn't he holding his breath?
Well, you have to hold your breath after we shake you and drop you from the top of a cliff in something sinking while you're strapped in and have to get out of it. Like, this is fucked up shit.
Yeah, they put us in
like injuries
fuselage.
Sorry, go ahead.
I feel like there were injuries. Yeah, I'm so scared of what we can say.
I'm so scared of what we can and cannot say. But there was a water sinking, death strapped in moment.
Where we're in we're strapped in a piece of fuselage that's sinking in water.
Pretty sure that's how Houdini died.
I was gonna say that sounds like you have to be a fucking magician.
You're strapped in.
And like, if something were to really go wrong, would they have a way to rip you out or something, or like
no,
you're
but they
just
have
dead?
They have scuba divers under there that would retrieve you. Like one girl passed out and they retrieved her.
But still, it's like you have to bank on them. Like, I'm going back to claustrophobia. I was watching some other reality show and they locked everyone in coffins, and like for the most part, I'm sure there's like a production assistant right there with the keys. But I was like, I don't know, some idiot like breaks the key off in the lock and you're just fucked.
Yeah.
Like you still, at the end of the day, even if somebody's like there for safety, you have to bank on someone else doing their job.
Yeah.
And what if they don't and you're stuck in a plane
There was a lot
fuselage?
of challenges where it was like, okay, like there's not really that much safety. Like we're going down a mountain, a cliffside mountain, not attached to anything. If someone were to fall behind me, we all die.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Stuff like that.
There were moments like that every day where I'm like, well, I could die.
Yeah.
I could die. Like,
and they would say that. They're like, you could die. Do you want to stay? And we're like,
it's really wild.
It was so fucked up.
It was so fucked up. I like I said, like as you said, I loved it. What I'm worried about the most is what I'm going to look like on the show, because I forgot that the cameras were there most of the time.
Oh my God, same. We have no mirrors.
The stuff that comes out of my mouth, I know is in the wrong context not going to make me look good. I'm so worried.
100% same. 100% same.
I'm so worried about what they're going to like actually edit into the show. And they also just didn't like me. I was kind of a smart ass because I was super confident and
like the special forces guys.
Yeah, he got in trouble a lot.
I got in trouble. I became kind of like, it's actually, now that I think about it, it's what I was like in school. Like I was like kind of class clowny, always getting in trouble for being a smart aleck. I didn't realize. I'm just not realizing I reverted to who I was as a child. But like, I would, like there was one that we passed, and they were like, "I don't know how you losers are the first to pass this thing." And I said, we called him Staff, and I'm like, "That's on you, Staff." I got in trouble for that.
They probably couldn't, but like they couldn't hit you or anything, right?
No, but it definitely felt like they wanted to.
We got hit the first day. I got my hair. They pulled my hair the first day and stepped on my back on the concrete.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know if I like this anymore.
What the fuck are you doing, dude?
When we got kidnapped, essentially, when they pulled us off the bus, grabbed me by my hair and threw me on the concrete.
I would not do well with that.
Same thing. That was the first moment of the show.
I would be
and
out.
then
Like,
they put a bag over your head and they step on your hands and shit. I got in trouble a lot for crying.
We had to jump in a mud pool and wearing our normal clothes. I'm like, what kind of television is this? I like these clothes.
and then they go strip in front of everyone. Some of us didn't have bras on, so we're just tits out. And
no way.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, Jesse Decker was.
You need to learn the power of no, Brianna. Beach house, no. Special forces, no.
Jesse was. I was actually at Jesse. So like 7 of the 20 people are from Nashville, so we all became super tight. And 2 of them were Jesse and Eric Decker. Do you remember the football player Eric Decker?
Yeah, of course.
So we were at Eric's house 2 nights ago, and Jesse was talking about how she. Oh, you're back on the vaping. She was talking.
Have you heard everything she's been through, bro?
She was talking. She was talking about how that moment when they said strip, and she didn't have a bra on, so she was like, I guess I have to. And she takes her clothes off and she turns around, and Nick Young, Swaggy P, is just like, she turns and there's Nick, and he's just like. I mean, that's got to be omniscient. Massive. They're distracting.
They were distracting me. I'm like, dude, those are huge.
They're super distracting. They're massive. And she's shorter than me. Yeah. She's like 80% tit.
How did they?
Is the liar? Yeah, in your bra.
I can't believe, this sounds awesome for the viewer. I just don't know who the fuck would be signing up for this.
Honestly, it sounds awesome until you start talking about pulling your hair and throwing, because then you're like, well, now we have to fight.
Yeah. And then if you talk back, you can't talk back, and you get so fucked because they're in your face being like, "You're a fucking loser, nobody, you fucking pussy," and you're just like, you gotta take it.
Have you seen how many followers I have?
I was gonna say that kind of stuff. I feel like works on someone who is going to boot camp for the first time. You guys all are well aware you're not nobodies.
Yeah, it's like I'm a very successful person. Shut the fuck up.
They broke me, man. I was like, am I going to war after this? Like, I didn't know.
And those guys never break character. They are militant assholes the entire time.
Yeah.
Bree, I feel like you and I both were probably the ones who talk back to them the most, though.
Yeah, well, I would just talk back.
I know both of you. I'll go ahead and say.
Bree was constantly Bree's move was they would say something. They would like fuck her up, and she's like got a tear going down her face, and as they walk away, she'd like kind of under her breath say something really smart. I
was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, or like I would just be like, I was like, that's not true. Like, because I would like complete a challenge, and they'd be like, you didn't even try. I'm like, I was the first one to fucking do it. Like, why are you yelling at me?
I would have a hard time with that at boot camp when they're telling me things that I just know aren't.
Like logically.
Yeah. I'm actually really succeeding in all of these, and you're telling me I'm not.
If I was like an 18-year-old who didn't know what he wanted to do with his life, maybe that would work on me. But like, I'm pretty sure of who I am these days. And if you're like, you didn't try, I tried. I did try. You know,
tried really hard.
I feel like this is a great precursor to you being on the show next season. We're gonna make it happen.
I would love that.
Clips.
I would do it.
I think you'd be pretty good at it.
I think I'd be solid. I think Swaggy P'd probably beat me, but I'd be all right.
He was great.
Wait, no, I think Swaggy
I was gonna say,
ass,
bro,
dude.
I think you would like win this. I think it would be you and like a football, like somebody really like that you would expect to be at the end.
Guys,
Feitelberg.
No, the athletes are the biggest pussies. I think.
Yeah, I can see that too because they're like coddled and superstars and all that shit.
I think. Yeah, I think they have the toughest time with this shit.
Who's like a past winner? You can say that, right? Like, do you know who won?
I don't know.
Tyler Cameron, Nick Vial. And
the Bachelor guys, you could do this.
And an Olympian woman,
woman.
Sorry, I wish I remembered her name.
As soon as Bree said it, I went, someone's going to say something.
You know what would make me be a smart aleck, though, is kind of along the lines of what you're saying, John, is like, they would be so mean and talk so much shit to me, and I would know that it's not, like, it was like they're in character doing their thing that they're supposed to do. And I would have trouble sometimes taking them seriously. So I would start laughing sometimes.
Yeah.
I would run into that issue as well. Yeah.
And I'm just not accustomed, because I'm not in the military, to not actually saying what I think. And I'm just not used to that. Like when you're standing there and they're addressing you, like if a fly comes on your face, which happens all the time, you're not allowed to flick it. I was always
that.
You can't move.
If there's a fly on my eyeball, I'm gonna move my arms, guys. I don't know. I would be so bad at this.
And if your water bottle's not filled to the brim, then they take it and pour it on your head.
Oh my God.
Really?
And then they're like, now laps.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Is
one
there
of the funniest?
Please, Ravi.
Well, no, I was just gonna say one of the funniest, like a great example of them trying to be militant and doing it poorly was very early on. One of the staff, he's like talking shit to me, and he's like trying to make me feel bad. And he goes, "Doo-doo face, poopy face."
What?
It's really hard to not start laughing. This is the worst. It's like the worst cut down of all.
Poopy face.
And so he just started calling me poopy face throughout the entire. It's going to be in the show for sure.
Yeah,
he called me poopy face.
Like, I came here to get away from my kids. What are you doing?
Yeah, and also I don't, I'm not a hot dude, but I don't think my face looks like poop. I mean, that feels kind of like
doo-doo face.
Have you seen the guys on like the internet who pay for the Navy SEAL experience? This is one of like my biggest pet peeves in the world, and how I know I would be terrible at this show. They pay like, I think, a lot of money. I think it's like $10,000 to go to like camp. It basically is like signing up for this show.
I like low key. It was the coolest shit that you could never do otherwise. Like, I kind of would pay to do it if I had
These
money.
guys are like,
I would too.
They like end up like sobbing and hugging them, and
that's crazy. But it like really is
once in a lifetime.
It was so fucking cool. Like, I'm so glad I did it.
Yeah.
But is there anything you guys have taken with you, like since the show ended, something that you maybe did on the show and you're like, oh, this works for me? Be it you took the opposite. You're like, well, no, vaping doesn't work.
No, that doesn't work for me. But I do it was nice to see. I didn't realize how much mind over matter was like true. Like, because like I said, I didn't work out. I didn't have any like physical training. And if like my body would be breaking down and I would just be like, no, keep going. And like I could.
Keep going,
And it was like shit that you like.
Yeah, but you know what? That sucks. You come home and now you don't have any excuses.
I know.
Like, it's like, go do that show or
I know.
finish that, whatever. You know, it's like.
I know. It does make you realize how resilient you are. That was cool. Like, I was like, oh, holy shit. We kind of did that shit.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, cool. Mine's probably along the same lines. I mean, I was overconfident going into it, and I often am. And I think it was just validating that I was right.
Yeah.
Knew it.
I'm tough as shit. It was really cool. And the other thing that I think is, I'm pretty obsessed with feeling good. Like in terms of like the fitness thing, I'm still doing it, and I don't think I'm ever going to stop.
You working out?
No. Shout out to Barstool Beach.
Bree's getting blackout every night. Yeah.
Kadik is carrying me everywhere we go.
Literally. Maybe one day. I was in the zone though when I got back for so long, and then I started like working, which my work is getting drunk or like traveling.
It's not easy
Tough
to.
job.
Yeah.
Tough gig.
It is a tough gig. As
When
someone
you're
who had that
over
gig when I was
it's
your
like-
age, it's a
both
hard
you
fucking
guys,
gig,
like
man.
blackout tour, sleep when you're dead. I remember being like, I am tired watching the clips. Let alone
I'm just
living
like
it.
over the drinking, but it's like you can't be.
You're back. I mean, you're out of retirement, girl. You're,
I know.
I was thinking about that the other day where I was like, because I was like, I haven't been in a bar in a while. It was after the premiere. We were at Factory, and I was like, I haven't been in a bar in a while. And then I started thinking, why hasn't anyone said like, let's go to a bar? And I realized that just like there were 10 years of my life where just like
At a bar.
it was just at a it wasn't
Everything at a
someone
bar.
wasn't suggesting it. It was just that's where it was.
Yeah.
Everything occurs
we were at
So
the bar.
true.
good, bad, parties, whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like you're
just
out.
at a bar.
I was saying, it wasn't always me who suggested it, right? Like,
But that's
at
also-
times other people spoke up.
You guys wanted to be there too, right? I don't know. I felt like I reached a point too, though, where I was like doing the math in my head, and I was like, I think I've been to the bar like 10,000 times in my life. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I need to do this anymore. Do I? Let's go to the bar.
Over the bar.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, like
crazy.
we were, I was like in bars at too young of an age. So by the time I was like 25, I was like, I've been doing this for like a decade.
Yeah, and then especially doing it for work, it's like I've had the coolest parties, done all the crazy shit. It's
Yeah.
like I can't.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
need to
also
go to the
tough
bar.
once you get some like VIP treatment, or like you're just used to bars being a different way, and you kind of
Yeah.
go back to with the plebeians. It's a little different, but
Yeah.
but
so
so you guys
fun,
are like
though,
Navy
man.
SEALs. You guys are basically like
We're pretty much the coolest people.
you guys are
we've
like
ever talked to.
when
That's us.
when all those chicks went to outer space and started calling themselves astronauts, Katy Perry and them.
Yep.
You're basically that, but Navy SEAls.
Yeah.
You guys should be like, I am a part
Yeah.
of the Army now.
Yeah. I thought that for at least a week after. I was like so fucked up. I'm like, when am I getting
But
shipped?
at the very least, you could say you've probably completed or interacted with, did something that like, I don't know, like 0.1% of the population goes through. Like
All
you
right.
said,
Oh my
like
God,
no one
yeah.
can just do this on the weekend, you know?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Tomorrow, United States, headline news, we're at war. We're at war with Russia. And they're like, we need all the soldiers we got. And they go, you know what? Bree and Ravi were pretty good.
We're sending Swaggy P.
Are you guys going for Uncle Sam, or are you sticking
You
around?
draft Dodgers or what?
Well, just by
can't
virtue of
cry
being
as a
asked,
soldier.
I know that we're losing this war, so I'm out. They actually said something along these lines. We have to do these things where we go in for interviews, and I was telling them that while I was that things are really busy at home, that we have 2 little babies, and that my wife had to move our homes. Like our move.
Oh,
was
wait,
while
that's
I was,
right. I remember finding that out as you were recording. Remember that? He was like, yeah, my wife's at home, like, packing up our house. And I was like, you better stay in Morocco. Because what you're going home to is way worse than Special Forces, buddy.
Yeah.
Let me just move our entire house with my 2 kids while my husband's, like, playing Marine. Holy shit.
The move was the day before we actually started filming, when I still had my phone, but I was in Morocco. And the last 2 texts with my wife were, the movers didn't show up. So now the handyman's coming over with his wife, and we're all moving stuff. Also, one of the babies has a fever, and I was like, "Okay, well,
so stressed.
I gotta put my phone away."
See ya.
And so I was telling the staff this, like that at DS or whatever they're calling it. I feel bad being here. I think I probably need to get back to my family. My wife is basically doing her own special forces at home, and there's only so much I can play G.I. Joe while that's happening. And they said, and I think it was the same guy who called me doo-doo face, Q, was like, he's like, well, that's what we all had to do. We all had to sacrifice our families. We couldn't just go home just because our families, like, that's what this is. And I was like, yeah, but I'm an actor.
Yeah, this is a television show, dude.
I don't give a shit that you did. I'm saying, like, good for you. Thank you for your service.
Yeah.
But
It's crazy.
yeah, I'll just leave when I want to leave, guys.
It is it's a good bucket list thing though. Like,
Yeah, it was
an
cool.
icebreaker, whatever you want to say. Like you can say that you've done some shit. If someone says, "Tell me an interesting story about you," it's like, "Well, I crawled through like a mile of an underground tunnel to go to a plane fuselage that was sinking." Blah blah blah, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, holy shit, that person's done some crazy shit.
I know.
If
I'm
you're
not
not
looking forward
using-
to watching it though.
No,
No.
I feel like that might be one thing I would, only because I would want to see myself complete the shit. You know?
I don't know. I cry so much, and I like.
Girls
was a
cry
lot
on
of
reality
crying.
shows. It just happens. Girls cry on reality shows. It happens.
Yeah,
I don't
This
that's
is
a
also one where I
stereotype.
feel like you're warranted to cry.
Yeah,
That's a stereotype women are trying to break out of, but I think Bree set them back a little bit.
set him back so much.
We are firmly establishing that as a
We also
stereotype.
had no mirror the whole time, so I have no idea what I physically look like during the show. I just don't. I don't want to see.
yeah,
it.
that's tough.
There was no mirror.
Yeah.
No nothing. Like my hair
Just
was
a
like
bucket of shit.
covered in shit every day.
Oh my god.
Would you do it again?
Like if they did an all-star league.
Yeah, just whatever.
Yeah, no, I would totally do it again.
Yes,
I thought it was
too?
awesome.
You too?
me too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
totally.
Well, I guess that's the
Absolutely.
ultimate cosign then, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
when does it come out? Do we know the air dates and all that?
September 25th.
September 25th.
September 25th. There you go.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we know Navy SEALs now, John.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate it. We'll be looking out to watch it, and whatever else you end up hosting for Fox, we'll be there too.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
I'll
Let's
see
hope
you
this
in
works
LA
out.
soon.
You guys can.
Oh
like,
yeah, are you going to that? Are you going to be there for the thing?
Yeah, I'll be there for one day. Then I have to
Okay.
fly to Portugal that night.
What are you doing in Portugal?
My sister's getting
Getting
married.
wasted?
Yeah,
Oh,
probably.
normal.
Getting
Normal
wasted.
thing.
All right, you guys can meet in LA and lock eyes and just remember
Everyone
we
grabs
shit
each
together.
other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like a
I'm
dog when you were doing that? Like, you know how a dog's always kind of looking up at you when you take.
I
like,
didn't
you're
go
gonna pick this up.
until the 4th day, and the doctor said, if you don't go, you're going to have to medically leave.
Really?
Because you were trying not to. I don't
Well, I
think
just couldn't.
Oh yeah.
And I was
By
like,
the way-
okay.
Bree, did you get the talk from the scariest? One of the scariest parts of the show is at the end when the psychiatrist sits down with you and goes and is like, just so you know, you're going to have trauma as a result of this experience. Your cortisol levels have been at a level that they've never been very consistently. You've been in fight or flight. You're going to need a safe word at home so that your partner knows, because at any given moment your mood's going to be up and down. You're going to be reactive. It was crazy.
That sounds a
and I was
bit dramatic. No, did that
yeah,
happen?
and I was like, no. I was like, I told my wife, I thought that was an opportunity. So I told my wife, I go, hey, I got this safe word. You kind of got to I don't know how much I can do for the next couple of weeks.
do the dishes, Ravi. Pineapple.
Yeah. She told me to go. She told me to go fuck myself.
Yeah, I bet she did.
Right away. Yeah.
But and then did you have a come down? You just go home. He's going home to wife and kids and shit. But were you just kind of whoa, I'm now just back in
I had
the
to come
modern
down.
world?
I had to come down, but the last, we probably can't keep it in, but I went through interrogation where they kept you up for 25 hours chained to a fence with a bag over your head, and then they would waterboard you and shit.
Maybe you
and
would
then
be,
you
I
had
don't know.
headphones on with pig murder sounds blasted and shit. So I
25 hours, you said?
I truly, yeah. After you were on the run for 3.5 hours in the middle of the night, they dropped you in the mountains in Africa, and you're getting chased by dogs. And you have a map and a compass. I have a map and a compass in Africa, and
A compass.
and then you get interrogated. So they brought in the real interrogators for all terrorists and they actually interrogate.
Guantanamo and Abu Ghraib
It was
and
so
shit.
fucked up. So I
Saying
struggled
fucked up shit
a
to
little
you.
bit after, yeah.
That is fucked.
That's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
This
And-
show ultimately sounds fun, but yeah, it sounds crazy.
Though-
Did you
And the ending
had you
was
known that
really
going in?
not
Would
fun.
you have said yes? I'm sure did they tell you all this shit, or hey, it's gonna be tough, and you're all right, cool.
No, if
'Cause
I
I feel like
knew
if
to
somebody
the
told me
extent
25 hours chained to a fence, I'd say, okay, never mind.
in different positions, so you would have to you have to do crisscross applesauce with your hands over your head for an hour, and if you bend your back, they would kick your back in, but you have headphones and a bag over your head and glasses over, so you don't know. Bam. Oh, so
my
bad.
God damn.
Yeah.
Did they do the one where you I actually just watched The Torture Report on Prime. Great movie. But the one they do where like they have both your hands and your feet shackled to the same bolt.
Yeah.
God, that looked awful.
Yeah.
That looked not
John's
fun.
just like sitting Indian style now. Can't do it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, like,
I,
crawling
found
2 miles. I was
hack.
like, maybe. Just sit Indian style.
Yeah, it was
The only thing that was surprising was like 2 or 3 days after I got back, I realized that my body was like I didn't realize how much my body had been through, and I found all these pains started coming up, and I had bruises in places that I didn't realize. Wow. Yeah.
Well, I was purple from that one challenge. I don't know. Yeah, there was like a water challenge where you like slap from like a mountain. I was purple from my shins to like under my boobs, like purple.
Really?
It was crazy. Yeah.
And you're bleeding kind of all the time because there's a lot of stuff where you have to do this army walk on rocks and shit.
Yeah.
And so I had like just scabs all up and down my arms.
bloody.
Bro, if I like stub
All my
my toe,
toenails
my
fell
day
off.
is ruined. Like, stay away from me. I hurt my pinky toe.
My toenails just grew back, Ravi. My two big
congratulations.
toenails. Thank you.
Yeah, good for you.
You lost them
Must
both?
have been-
My two big
Idiots.
toenails. Yeah, it was gross.
We'll beep it out. How much do they pay you?
I don't know. I have to ask my financial.
Give me a
advisor.
ballpark.
Probably like.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Everyone,
That makes.
But-
I thought you were gonna be like, that's. I was like, that's not.
Oh,
no,
But you
I
could
think
leave the
everyone
first day and still get
got
paid.
ish.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I
Yeah.
would do.
Really? You can leave.
I would do that. No, sign
Yeah.
me up, bro.
That's like,
You know what, guys? I just stubbed my toe. I'm gonna head out. But
someone left the first day. Like you could just leave and you still get paid. Just as
Really?
much. Yeah.
That's a good racket.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
All right.
it
Well,
really is.
that makes a little more sense then.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. We appreciate it. Thank you as always. And
It's good to see you guys again. Bree, good to see you. I'll see you in a
Good
couple
to
weeks.
see you. See you
Robbie,
soon.
you're the best, brother. Great to see you, man.
See you. Yeah, good seeing you, dude. Later.
Bye.